true icon of a racetrack, not just when it comes to the dirt oval, but a facility as a whole. Not only is the dirt track side of things absolutely exquisite, behind me you can see part of the dragway for the water boats here at Lucas Oil Speedway. There's also a short course off-road racetrack too, and I also have to mention too, the people are here nice as they can be down here at Lucas Oil Speedway. And Brian, you mentioned it too, it's that long-awaited return. Since 2006, the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship haven't been to the Diamond and Dirt tracks, but they return here tonight for the Rod End Supply Diamond Dirt Duel, and we're so glad to bring it to you here tonight on FloRacing. Without further ado, let's take a look at your season-long AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship points headed into tonight's round at Lucas Oil Speedway. Kyle Cummins, with now 4 straight second-place finishes, currently leads the standings with 2,390 points. Mitchell Bowles in second, backed by 274. Logan Seavey is third, Kevin Thomas Jr. fourth. So moving and shaking at the very bottom of the top 5 is Briggs Danner. Last night's winner at the Tri-City Speedway moves up to 5th. He is 411 points out of the lead, while Justin Grant falls to 6th. CJ Leary is 7th, Jake Swanson 8th, Cale Drake is 9th, and Robert Ballou, of course, will be out on injury till the rest of the season. He currently rounds out the top 10 in your season-long AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship point standings. Over to our Dirt Draft Driver v Driver matchup on the evening. Kyle Cummins with yet another win on the Dirt Draft side of things. Tonight he goes up against Cale Coons. There you see Cale, left-hand side of your screen. He has chosen Justin Grant himself, Gunnar Setzer, Clint Boyles, and Wesley Smith. And once again, you can play against both the USAC drivers when you enter in the public lobby when it comes to the USAC National Sprint Car side of things. Cale Coons at USAC Driver 1. Kyle Cummins, as I said, your winner last in the Dirt Draft side of things. He's at USAC Driver 2. He's chosen himself, Cale Coons, Gunnar Setzer, Wesley Smith, and Kobe Simpson. Let's take a look at a run of show tonight for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Horn just sounding moments ago, actually right when we started our FloRacing pre-race show for Edgety. From there, we'll go into our dirt draft hot laps. Right after that, Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, 2 of the fastest, not only 2 of the fastest, but definitely 2 of the most important laps anybody will turn here all night. Of course, with the USAC National format, qualifying so important. Once we get out of that, we will go into our 3 heat races with the top 5 transferring into the feature event. From there, the cars 6 on back in your heat races will go to the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Karts semi-feature. Top 4 advancing out of that in tonight's 30-lap feature event for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship for the Rod End Supply Diamond Dirt Duel. It's worth noting, too, tonight is the return not only to Lucas Oil Speedway, but Missouri as a whole for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship. And out of the 25 drivers signed in the pit area, 7 of them from the great state of Missouri, the Show Me State, too. And they have winning experience here, too. You look at guys like Clint Boyles. He's had a lot of success back in the day. Wyatt Burks, Wesley Smith, Jack Wagner scored a win here earlier in the season when it came to Wing 305 sprint car competition. So the Missouri drivers definitely know how to get around the Speedway. Also, like I said, that's only just part of the Missouri content in the field here. Braden Cromwell, who's usually out on the road with us for the most of the season with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship, he has told me he's been looking forward to this race all year long. Ditto Wesley Smith. In fact, Wesley Smith was probably one of the more confident drivers out of the whole pit area I talked to today, too. So the big question is, in the return to the Show Me State, what do the Missouri drivers have for the world's best non-wing sprint car drivers? We're about to find out here at the beautiful Lucas Oil Speedway for the Rod End Supply Diamond Dirt Duel.
Indeed, thank you very much. Push trucks out to the Speedway to finish ironing in this 3/8 mile oval. Engine heat going on down in the pit area for the drivers of the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. NX Legends also on the card here this evening. Again, 25 drivers on hand for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship, for those of you just joining us here on the FloRacing broadcast. Last visit, 2006, Brady Bacon setting the one-lap track record, 15.159 seconds, 89.056 average miles per hour for the Macho Man. AMSOIL is the title sponsor of the USAC Sprint Car National Championship. The AMSOIL Shop by Vehicle Tool at AMSOIL.com takes the guesswork out of picking the best oil and filter combination for your vehicle. Choose the right product and packaging option and enjoy fast, free delivery right to your door. Visit AMSOIL.com to learn more. Make sure you stop by the USAC merchandise trailer so you can sign up to be tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner. If your name is chosen, you and a guest of your choice will receive a prize pack as well as a ride in the pace truck and the opportunity to watch tonight's feature event from the infield. Again, sign up now. The name is drawn during the course of our heat races. NOS Energy, where boundaries are merely suggestions. Fuel up, fire up, and never look back with NOS Energy. It's human horsepower. Try one today. The complimentary cans of NOS being distributed down in vendor row. Make sure and swing by and pick up your complimentary can of NOS Energy Drink and follow them on social media at NOS Energy Drink. Throughout the 2025 season, you can be part of the action with a chance to win with Play USAC, offering you, the fans, ways to put money in your favorite drivers, with top sports books and daily fantasy providers offering odds and exclusive sign-up offers for USAC racing fans. There's never been a better time to give it a try. Visit nxtbets.com/playusac for more information, or you can scan the code on the broadcast and on the big screen overlooking turns 3 and 4 to find out what's available in your state. Void where prohibited. Must be 21 years or older to participate. Void where prohibited. Fight back against the grips of addiction by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. Odds provided to the United States Auto Club by NXTBets.com, and NXT Bets putting Kyle Cummins as the odds-on favorite here tonight at +172, Logan Seavey at +279, Justin Grant at a 544, CJ Leary at a 1057, a little bit further down, Jake Swanson at a 3464, and Cale Drake, one of the long shot odds, at a 5961. And just remember, when our drivers win, you win when you play along at nxtbets.com/playusac. Cookout presents always fresh, never frozen burgers, barbecue, hot dogs, all cooked fresh every day. And get this, over 40 different flavors of shakes, all prepared fresh and made by hand every day. It's all yours. Find a Cookout location near you. Visit cookout.com. Sunoco is the official race fuel of USAC Racing. As the world's largest manufacturer of racing fuel, Sunoco has been the standard in motorsports for over 50 years. Known for innovation, consistency, and high performance, Sunoco Fuels has been the choice of racers in virtually every form of motorsport, from grassroots tracks to premier international series. Committed to support of the racing community, Sunoco powers champions and fuels unforgettable moments at the track. CarIQ has created a payment solution named at fleets that allows cars and trucks to connect to gas pumps to pay for fuel without the need of a fuel card or a credit card. CarIQ Payment Solutions, CarIQ Pay, replaces fleet card products and protects against fraud while significantly reducing back-office vehicle reconciliation. Learn more at gocariq.com today. Hoosier Racing Tires' mission is to be the dominant customer-driven provider of racing tires to teams domestically and internationally. Their existence and continued success are dependent upon how well they meet their responsibilities to serve their customers by providing safe, quality products to amateur and professional motorsports teams. For more information on the tires designed for champions, go online to HoosierTire.com. There's still time to set up your lineup with Dirt Draft. Download the Dirt Draft app today. Set up your league and play against your friends, your family, even your neighbor. Here's a referral code USAC when signing up to get a $20 digital gift card to shop online at usacgear.com. Indy Metal Finishing is the official sponsor of the USAC work area. Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission, to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. Visit them online at indymetalfinishing.com. Of course, tonight's racing action brought to you by Rod & Supply. Whether you're running a go-kart, a micro, midget, modified, sprint car, late model, Silver Crown, or even a tractor, Rod & Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performing at your maximum potential. Remember, they don't just sell them, they race them. Visit rodandsupply.com for more information. K1 Race Gear was born in 2003 with a philosophy of offering products to customers that they would be proud to use. At K1 Race Gear, they are racers and they understand the value of buying quality, safety products at a reasonable price. Whether your son or daughter is just starting out in the sport or you have a lifelong passion for racing, they have the products to keep you safe. Contact K1 Race Gear today by visiting k1racegear.com. Speaking of staying safe, the official fire prevention solution of USAC Racing is Inferno Armor. Created for the motorsports industry and now used in many other applications, Inferno Armor quickly and easily makes fabrics fire retardant and heat resistant. Simply put, it's high-performance fire protection in a convenient spray. Inferno Armor presents the fire move of the night in all 3 USAC national divisions throughout the 2025 season, where they award the driver that puts on a fire of a show a complimentary bottle of Inferno Armor. Talked about the USAC merchandise trailer a little while ago. Fully stocked with official USAC gear for the 2025 season. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. They also have brand new vintage wear. Make sure and check that out. The hats are fully restocked. Of course, hoodies are in stock. It's starting to cool down, and we've got blankets in stock as well. Get them while supplies last. While you're down there, you can sign up to be tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner. You can also get a roster featuring our drivers' names, hometown, sponsor, chassis, and engine information for only $1 while supplies last. You can also find us online. Go to usacracing.com for all the official news, notes, points, and updates, as well as all upcoming events. You can also find us on Facebook by searching for USAC Racing, and on X and Instagram at USAC Nation. Live timing and scoring via the Race Monitor app. A reminder, if it's on social media or Race Monitor, it is unofficial. Again, a field of 25 drivers on hand here tonight for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Looking ahead on the schedule, once we get done with tonight's Ronda Supply Diamond Dirt Duel here at the Diamond and Dirt Tracks, we head back into the state of Indiana, as we'll be at Circle City Raceway this coming Friday night. Follow that with the Hopstock Hustler down at Tri-State Speedway in Hopstock, Indiana. Fort Crown Nationals, a three-night affair this year, featuring all three divisions of the United States Auto Club Circle Track National Touring Divisions. We'll also have the Kubota High Limits and Great Lakes Super Sprints on hand over the course of the three-night affair. Again, more information and purchase your tickets at EldorasSpeedway.com, September 18th, 19th, and 20th. Paragon Speedway on the 26th for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Butler Speedway up in Michigan following that. The Terre Haute Action Track on October 3rd. Lawrenceburg Speedway, the Greg Staub Memorial on October 10th, and the Fall Nationals on October 11th. That event also part of the NOS Energy Drink Hoosier Trifecta, potential $100,000 bonus up for grabs over the course of a three-race series. Round one of the Trifecta already in the books. Of course, that was the final night of SmackDown at Kokomo. Of course, you can find this and more when you go to USACRacing.com. Speaking of events coming up here later this year, of course, it all wraps up for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship when we head down to the 58th running of the Western World Championships. And oh, by the way, it is now $35,000 to win. It just keeps getting better and better. $35,000 to win. They've added more to the top of the purse. It's still $1,000 to start, but AME Electrical, Juco Foods, they got the purse up a little bit. Now Apache Transport coming in and just stacking it at the top. $35,000 to win. Again, big thanks to Apache Transport, the latest sponsor to come in and make the 58th running of the Western World Championships bigger and better than ever. October 24th and 25th, Central Arizona Raceway down in Casa Grande, Arizona. So getting a look down at the staging lanes, drivers lined up just about ready to make their way out to the racing surface. We'll kick things off here with Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Before we go into our Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, 2 cars at a time will qualify. They'll each get 2 laps in distance, the quicker qualifying time counting towards their qualifying effort. Legend Hot Laps will follow that. We'll go into opening ceremonies, and we'll come back with our heat races for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Legend heat races to follow. The Elliott's Custom Trailers Kart semi-feature event will follow that. A quick break in the action to assess the track, get a look at things. Legends feature, and then we'll end out the night with our 30-lap feature event for the USAC National Sprint Cars here at Lucas Oil Speedway. First set of cars out to the Speedway for Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. First driver to tell you about, we've seen him on track before with the Power Eye Wars Series, as well as ASCS National and Warrior competition over the years. Anthony Nicholson at Bartlett, Tennessee, driving the Ametic Garage. Donotech at DRC, number 16. Driver rolling in behind him is going to be Kobe Simpson at Abonham, Texas, the B-Town Automotive Circle C Adventures candidate DRC chassis, number 21K. The 5X here on the front straightaway, Wyatt Burks. He's out of Topeka, Kansas, driving the Hughes Brothers, Empire Energy, Sprint Lawn Care, Wholesale Battery, Vehicles Unlimited, Patriot XXX chassis, number 5. The 4X to the front straightaway, Braden Cromwell. He's out of Lone Jack, Missouri, driving the Wholesale Batteries, Level Up KC, Interstate Electric Supply, Show Me Synthetics, Rickhorn Racing, Bull Snot Products, number 4X. Just past the flag stand, we have Gunnar Setzer, driving the Midwest 2 Mills, Davis Brothers, Stanton Flea, RC, S&C Machine King Racing Products, Chrome Dome, Superior Ag, number 5G, the driver out of Columbus, Indiana. And past the flag stand now, he is out of Greenfield, Indiana, driving the Curb Records, Kodiak Products, One-Way DRC chassis, number 21AZ. That is C.J. Leary. 77 out to the Speedway at Lone Jack, Missouri, driving the S&S Electrical, KC Platinum Contracting, Edgewater RV Park, Dirt Track Souvenirs, Gentleman Jack's Design, number 77. That is Jack Wagner. Jack Wagner in the number 77. The 5T also onto the Speedway. He exits turn number 2 right now. Driving the Inland Rigging, Snake Enterprises, Burris Racing, Roll Scaffolding, Apache Transport, JST Shock Technologies, number 5T. That is Jake Swanson. Jake Swanson in the number 5. We'll set the drivers loose here in Dirt Track Hot Lap session number 1. We'll let the drivers go around, buzz the track a little bit, get a quick assessment. And it may be where we set them loose, slow them down, let them roll in, and then set them loose again. So we'll bring the field back into yellow flag conditions here. We'll let them roll in just a little bit more before we set them loose for Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. Getting a look at the 21K of Kobe Simpson, the driver out of Bonham, Texas. He was on screen for a moment now. Getting a look at the 5X of Wyatt Burks out of Topeka, Kansas, and the John Sawyer machine. One of the last few times John Sawyer is going to have that car on track. In fact, I believe the Hockin McMillan Memorial will be the final time for that team before John calls it a career as a car owner. Putting Wyatt Burks out of Topeka, Kansas behind the wheel. That Hughes Brothers, Empire Energy, Patriot Power, Triple X chassis number 5X. Anthony Nicholson at Bartlett, Tennessee, the Automatic Garage, Dynotech DRC number 16. In action last night at Tri-City, back at Granite City, Illinois. First driver who has gone to victory lane here at Lucas Oil Speedway with the Power Eye Winglets Auto Racing League. As they'll get them wound back up and set them loose here for Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. So we'll get the drivers load up here. Looks like they'll stay out for a little bit longer. Help finish rolling the track in. Then they'll set them loose one more time. Gunnar Setzer so far the quickest driver on track at a 16.367. Jake Swanson a 17.474. CJ Leary a 17.497. Kobe Simpson a 17.520. And Wyatt Burks a 17.529. Mentioned the Western World a little bit earlier and the fact that it is now $35,000 to win. Of course, it was just a week ago. They added more money to the bottom of the purse. JUCO Superfoods stepping on, bringing it up to $1,000 to start, but now Apache Transport taking it up to $35,000 to win. Not only do you have the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship in action for 2 nights of the Western World, but they will also have non-wing 360s as well as the sport division. Now, those will operate under ASCS engine rules. So already hearing a lot of teams saying they're going to double up for the Western World. So not only do you have the best of non-wing 410, you'll have some of the best in non-wing 360 as well. Again, that's going on at the Western World in October. Back to green here in Dirt Drive Hot Lap session number 1. And the track picking up some speed as the drivers went for round 2 here in Dirt Drive Top Lap session number 1. Gunnar Setzer to the top of the boards once again at a 16.230. Kobe Simpson a 16.565. Jake Swanson a 16.656. Wyatt Burks a 16.773. CJ Larry Fifthquick at a 16.804. Anthony Nicholson, Jack Wagner, and Braden Cromwell round out the list of quickest drivers here in Dirt Drive Top Lap session number 1. Session number 2 just about ready to push out to the racing surface. Second group of cars going to make its way out to the Speedway. Justin Johnson out of Parkville, Missouri, driving the J&S Transmission, Midwest Mechanical Maxim. Good Times Auto Body 1-800 board up number 27. Out to the Speedway, joined by the CarQuest, All Metal Recycling, Helm Racing, Claxon, DRC, Midwest Sheet Metal number 44. That is Wesley Smith out of Nixon, Missouri. Wesley Smith into the 44. The 41 machine, Clinton Boyles out of Greenwood, Missouri, driving the Team Bennett cart. Sykes All-Pro Chevrolet powered, DRC, Charlie Sykes, Bo Wyatt owned, number 41. Boyles going to make his way off to the exit of turn number 4. Samuel Wagner to Lone Jack, Missouri, driving the KC Platinum Contracting, Don Ott Maxim, SNS Electrical, AFD Graphics, Dirt Track Souvenirs, Jesse Hawker Racing, Osage Minimar number 73, makes his way over into turns 1 and 2. Last night's winner at the Tri-City Speedway, Briggs Danner to Allentown, Pennsylvania, makes his way into the front straightaway. The East Snyder & Sons Recycling, Oshtucks Roasted Corn, Ryder DRC, Davis Brothers, Hogue Racing Enterprises, number 39. The 19 on the back straightaway in return number 3 right now at Gilbert, Arizona. The AME Electrical, Avanto Windows Doors, Indy Race Parts, number 19. That is Hayden Reinbold. In the number 19. The Baldwin Fox Velocity USA, DRC number 5 at Jaden Rogers out of Worthington, Indiana. Going to make his way around to the front straightaway in 5. Driver to Coleman, Alabama on track over in turns 3 and 4. Driver the Inferno Armor, Majestic Electric, Factory Kane, Eddie Gilstrap, Lucas Oil Center, Rock City Racer number 3R. That is Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin Thomas Jr. in the 3. So the field going to roll around and iron the track in just a little bit. Real quick, let's check him at Drake York.
Brian, we mentioned earlier the successes for Clinton Boyles over the course of his driving career, of course, in a different car tonight. First night in this 41 machine, spent most of the day not only talking with the team about what they wanted to do setup-wise, but also, more importantly, I'll add, too, bolting that seat in that race car. And Clinton was telling me there was a race here a number of years ago with Power I War where both the young Clinton Boyles and a young Logan Seavey were competing against each other. One of those deals where Clinton passed Logan about 3 or 4 times, and the yellow would come out every single time, negating that pass. Clinton ultimately ended up running second that night And he said, man, that one stuck with me for a really long time. And he told me he really only has one goal for tonight. He wants to beat Logan Stevie to, quote-unquote, get back for him at that. So I asked Clinton, I said, so if you two run at the back, as long as you beat Logan, you're happy? He said, yeah, absolutely, I'm happy. But in all seriousness, Clinton, very excited to get back home here in Missouri, especially at Lucas Oil Speedway. Like I said, a place he's had so much success at over the years.
Thumbs up and underway. Green flag and dirt draft hot lap session number 2. And Gunnar Setzer was quickest in session number 1 at a 16.230. Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2 in the books, and a tie at the top so far between Kevin Thomas Jr. and Jaden Rogers, both at 16.137. Briggs Danner third quick right now at a 16.209. Gunnar Setzer is 16.230. Wesley Smith is 16.398. Hayden Reinbold, Kobe Simpson, Clinton Boyles, Jake Swanson, Wyatt Burks currently make up the top 10. Still a little ways off of the official one-lap track record. Brady Bacon establishing that in 2006 at 15.159 is 16.137. Currently the quickest time here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Final flight of Dirt Draft Hot Laps out to the Speedway. Cale Coombs, the first driver to tell you about it, at Greencastle, Indiana. Driver the Kurt Breckers, Tucker Automotive, Mechanical Advantage Dueling Companies, Coletta Charters, number 63. He'll make his way over into turns 1 and 2. The number 28 here in the front straightaway, Brandon Maddox out of Terre Haute, Indiana. The Maddox Heating and Cooling, Pro Source, Gressman DRC Chassis. Number 28, your current USAC National Championship points leader, Kyle Cummins out of Princeton, Indiana. The Avante Windows and Doors, Premier Recycling, Apache Transport, Stanton Mach 1 Chassis. Number 3, making his way into turn number 1. Justin Grant out of Ione, California. The NOS Energy Drink, MPV Logistics, Top Industries, Indy Custom Zone, Kistler Maxim number 4, making his way into the first and second turns. The 19AZ, Mitchell Moles, he's out of Raisin City, California, here at the flag stand. Driver the AME Electrical Sea Valley Transportation, Kaiser Stanton Spike, number 19AZ. Nearly getting upside down last night, pirouetted off of the tail tank, knocked the front and rear suspension out of it, but ready to go here tonight to go to Earls out of Independence, Missouri. Driver the wholesale battery, Show Me Guttering. Peters Performance, number 15E. The driver that rolled past him on the front straightaway, Cale Drake out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. The Duke of Curls behind the wheel of the Pendleton Farms, Bennett Enterprises, Claxon DRC 2B Racing, number 2B. Over in turns 1 and 2, the Moose Racing, Brown Brothers Excavating, Kistler DRC, Lucas Oil Center, number 92, the driver to Fort Branch, Indiana. That is Chase Stockin in the number 92. Logan Seavey also on track out of Center, California, driver the Mount Mechanical Contractors, Stanton DRC, Carrington Homes, Indy Custom Zone, CGCPA's number 57, makes his way to the exit at turn number 2. Kyle Cummins with a firm grip on the top spot in the points. 2,390 points earned so far this season. Mitchell Moles, driver chasing him in second. Logan Seavey, who's on track for this hot lap session, currently sitting in third. Kevin Thomas Jr. breaks Danner, currently at the top 5 in National Tour points coming into Lucas Oil Speedway as we get underway with our final flight of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Inching closer and closer to that track record, 15.505. Now the quick time on track by Logan Seavey, Justin Grandin to 15.764. Mitchell Moles to 15.874, 15.917 by Chase Stockton and Brandon Maddox to 15.952. As that'll wrap up at Dirt Draft Hot Laps here this evening. Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Next on the card, Honest Abe Roofing, America's reliable roofer, will present the Fast Qualifying Award for all 3 USAC national divisions throughout the 2025 season. Honest Abe has been installing, repairing, and maintaining residential roofs since 2005, and they want to give you the perfect roof to protect your home and keep you comfortable. Honest Abe provides the fastest service in the roofing industry, and they're supporting the fastest driver in qualifications. Visit honestaberoofing.com today to schedule your free roof inspection. Getting 2 cars at a time out to the Speedway for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. They'll get 2 laps apiece, their quickest lap counting towards their qualifying effort. Official 1-lap track record, mentioned a little bit ago, Brady Bacon, September 8, 2006, 15.159 seconds, 89.056 average miles per hour for the Macho Man. Drivers do have a 3-position window on qualifying to make it out to the Speedway. After that, they do go to the tail of the qualifying order. Can start no better than the bottom half of the feature event. So the green lights will come on around the dominant dirt tracks. And the cars will begin to push out of the pit area. First driver making his way out to the clay comes to you out of Columbus, Indiana. Driver of the Midwest 2 Mills, Davis Brothers, S&C Machine King Racing Products, Chrome Dome, Superior Ag, AMSOIL Pipeline Transportation, KO Motorsports Number 5G. This is Gunnar Setzer. Gunnar Setzer in the 5, going to come to speed, and he'll come around to see the wave of the green flag. Driver joining him out to the Speedway is out of Bartlett, Tennessee. Driver of the Automatic Garage, Autotech DRC Chassis, Nicholson O, number 16. This is Anthony Nicholson. Anthony Nicholson in the number 16. Picked up a Power Eye Wingless Auto Racing win here back during the 2018 Jesse Hockett Daniel McMillan Memorial. He'll make his way onto the backside of the Speedway. The 5G coming around. Opening lap is going to be a 15.754. 157.54 seconds. Gunnar Setzer. A start with Power Eye Midgets here back in 2024. Third place finish for the driver to Columbus, Indiana. Nicholson on his opening lap, a 16.473. Setzer, second time by, better at a 15.581. 15.581 seconds. Gunnar Setzer going to set the mark here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Nicholson going to try to catch him. Not quite. 16.257. Better on lap number 2. But it's Gunnar Setzer right now at the top of the boards here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Next two drivers out to the Speedway include Braden Cromwell of Lone Jack, Missouri, driver of the wholesale batteries, Level Up KC, Chevrolet Power, DRC, Interstate Electrical Supply, Show Me Synthetics, Bolson Products, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Rachel Cromwell owned Boyd Racing, number 4X. Going to be joined on track by the 5X. That is Wyatt Burks out of Topeka, Kansas, the Hughes Brothers, Empire Energy, Sprint Lawn Care, Wholesale Battery Vehicles Unlimited, John Sawyer owned Patriot Power Triple X number 5X. Braden Cromwell coming around lap number 1, a 16.721, 16.721 seconds for the driver of the number 4X. The 5 coming around, Wyatt Burks, quick time at a 15.562, 1.5562 seconds for the Topeka, Kansas racer. A Power Eye win back here in 2014 for the driver number 5X, Braden Cromwell. Second time by, better on time, not position. Fourth quick at a 16.376. Wyatt Burks, lap number 2, better, 15.398, 1.5398 seconds. Wyatt Burks, now your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. So 15.398 now the mark to beat. Gunnar Setzer back to second quick at a 15.581. Anthony Nicholson and Braden Cromwell, those four drivers have taken time. Next contestants out to the Speedway. CJ Leary to Greenfield, Indiana. Driver of the Curb Breakfast, Kodiak Products, One Way DRC Chassis, Yokecraft, Elegant Cabinetry, Team Arizona, Curb Gene, race number 21 AZ. He's going to be joined by Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California. The Inland Breaking, Snake Enterprises, One Way DRC Chassis, Finished Fine Line Drafting, Apache Transport, number 5T. CJ Leary, lap number 1, third quick at a 15.811. 15.811 seconds for the driver of the number 21 AZ. CJ Leary coming around lap number 2 as Jake Swanson goes to second quick on his opening lap at a 15.576. Leary looking for improvements. Lap number 2, he does on time. Not position, 15.588. Jake Swanson coming around, better, quick time at a 15.301, 1.5301 seconds. Now Jake Swanson, your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier, and we are inching closer and closer to the track record. Again, everybody trying to catch Brady Bacon's 15.159. So Swanson now the one to beat at a 15.301 second lap. 10th place finish last night at Tri-City for the Anaheim, California racer. Next two drivers out to the racetrack, we will find Colby Simpson out of Bonham, Texas, driver of the B-Town Automotive, Canada DRC Chassis number 21K. He'll be joined by Jack Wagner at Lone Jack, Missouri, the S&S Electrical, Edgewater RV Park, Sherbolt Suspension, Wagner Boys Racing, Jesse Hockett Racing, Donna Maxim Chassis number 77. Colby Simpson, lap number 1, a 15.580, 15.580, third quick for Colby Simpson. Jack Wagner is 16.277 on his opening lap. 21K coming around lap number 2, better, 15.457, still third quick. Jack Wagner, a 10-time winner on the season outside of USAC national competition. Comes around, and lap number 2 going to be a little bit slower, 16.561. He'll settle on lap number 1, a 16.277 with Colby Simpson. Third quick, second time by, his best attempt at a 15.457. As those two drivers will make their way back to the pit area. Next two out to the Speedway, we'll have Jaden Rogers out of Worthington, Indiana, to have the Baldwin Fox Racing Velocity USA DRC number 5. He will be joined by Samuel Wagner. He's out of Lone Jack, Missouri. Driver of the KC Platinum Contract, Donna Maxo Chassis, Osage Minimar, Jesse Hockett Racing, Edgewater RV Park, Sure-Built Suspension number 73. Jaden Rogers, 14th last night at Tri-City, comes around on his opening lap with a 15.566, 1.5566 seconds. Fourth quick for Jaden Rogers. Samuel in the 73, a 15.809 on his opening lap. Rogers coming around, exit turn number 4, lap number 2 will be a 15.497, better on time, still fourth quick for the driver of the number 5. Samuel Wagner, second time by, better time, 7th quick at a 15.746. So Jake Swanson, the one they're still chasing, a 15.301, a 15.398 for Wyatt Burks. Colby Simpson, a 15.457. Jaden Rogers, a 15.497. And Gunnar Setzer currently 5th quick at a 15.581. Last night's feature winner down in Granite City, Illinois, driving the East Schneider & Sons Recycling, Ryder DRC Chassis, Boulevard Truck Repair, Apache Transport, Davis Brothers, Hogue Racing Enterprise number 39. This is Briggs Danner. Briggs Danner out to the Speedway. He'll be joined by the driver of the number 19 out of Gilbert, Arizona, Hayden Reinbold, and the Amy Electrical, Levante Windows and Doors, Indy Race Parts, Stanton Spike Chassis number 19. Danner coming around on his opening lap, 8th quick at 15.790, 1.5790 seconds for Briggs Danner, lap number 1. Hayden Reinbold, he'll take that spot. 8th quick for him at a 15.763. Danner, second time by. We'll see if he finds a little bit more speed here on lap number 2. And he does on time, not position, still 9th quick at a 15.778. Hayden Reinbold coming around, 5th quick. Second time by at a 15.556. Kevin Thomas Jr. out to the Speedway now at Coleman, Alabama, driving the Inferno Armor Majestic Electric Factory Kane Stanton Mach 1 chassis number 3R. He'll be joined by Justin Johnson at Parkville, Missouri, driving the J&S transmission. Cable Dahmer Chevrolet 1-800 board up, Good Times Auto Body. Midwest Mechanical Maxim chassis number 27. Kevin Thomas Jr. into 3, coming around in his opening lap, 8th quick at a 15.645. 15.645 for Kevin Thomas Jr. High limits here back in June. He ran 9th and 11th. He was 9th last night at Tri-City, a 5-time winner on the season. For those coming with the USAC AMSOIL Sprinter National Championship, goes 5th quick, second time by to 15.549. Johnson, lap number 1 was a 16.968. He'll come around lap number 2 and does do better at a 16.612, still 14th. So they'll make their way down to the pits, and the next 2 drivers going to make their way out of Nixa, Missouri. Driving the CarQuest, All Metal Recycling, Helm Racing, Claxon DRC, Shriners Children's Hospital, Midwest Sheet Metal, Wesley Smith Racing number 44. This is Wesley Smith. Wesley Smith going to come to speed here in the 44. He'll be joined by the driver to Greenwood, Missouri, driving the Team Bennett Carts, Sykes All Pro Chevrolet Power DRC, Bo Wyatt, number 41. This is Clinton Boyles. Clinton Boyles in at the number 41. Wesley Smith in the 44, a 5-time winner in a Power I War competition here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Goes 4th quick on his opening lap at a 15.480. Clinton Boyles in the 41. He will come around to the Bo Wyatt number 41 machine, and he will stop the clock at a 15.999. 15.999 for Clinton Boyles on his first time by. Goes 12th quick. Second time by for the 44 of Wesley Smith, and slower, 15.512. Second time by for the driver, the number 41. And Boyles also slower in his second lap at a 16.067. So Jake Swanson remains atop of the charts at 15.301. As the next 2 cars going to make their way out to the Speedway out of Fort Branch, Indiana, driven the Brown Brothers Excavating, Daywig Meats, Lucas Oil Center, Superior Tank and Trailer, Kistler DRC, Moose Racing number 92. This is Chase Stockin. Chase Stockin in at the number 92. He's going to be joined by Dakota Earls. Earls out of Independence, Missouri, driving the Wholesale Battery, Donna Triple X Chassis, Show Me Guttering, CNC Autoglass, Jason Earls owned, number 15E. Stockin coming around in his opening lap in the number 92 off of a 3rd place run last night at Tri-City, goes 8th quick at a 15.566. Earls 17th quick at a 16.511. Stockin going to victory lane back in July at Terre Haute, comes around lap at number 2. $15.532. Second time by for Stockin, so better. Next 2 drivers out to the Speedway. Cale Drake out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, driver of the Pendleton Farms, Bennett Enterprises, Claxon DRC chassis number 2B, joined by Brandon Maddox at Terre Haute, Indiana. The Maddox Heating and Cooling Pro Source, Newman Motorsports, Pure Max Racing Oil, number 28, the 2B coming around in his opening lap, 11th quick at a 15.707, 157.07 seconds. Brandon Maddox, he'll be 13th at a 15.775 on his opening lap. Cale Drake going to make his way through turns 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway. We'll see where he lands on lap number 2. Better, 7th quick at a 15.532. Brandon in the number 28 coming around, and his second time by. Better, quick time at a 15.262, 15262 seconds for Brandon Maddox in 28. So Brandon Maddox, now your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier with a 15.262 second lap. As 20 drivers have taken time, the next drivers out to the Speedway include your defending USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Champion, driving the Mountain Mechanical Contractors Droplight Indy Power Sports Stanton Power DRC Abacus Racing number 57. That is Logan Seavey. Joined by Justin Grant of Bayonne, California, driving the NOS Energy Drink Kistler Maxim Top Motorsports Indy Custom Stone number 4. Seavey coming around, lap number 1, 15.220, 15.220 seconds. Logan Seavey now quick time. Justin Grant coming around to the 4, goes 10th quick at a 15.543. Seavey, can he improve and take the track record? Lap number 2, he does. Quick time at a new track record, 14.928. 14.928 seconds for Logan Seavey. Justin Grant, lap number 2, better, 4th quick at a 15.349. But now Logan Seavey is your track record holder at a 14.928 second lap. Down to the final few drivers to qualify at Princeton, Indiana. Driving the Vonto Windows Doors Premier Recycling Apache Transport Stanton Mach 1 number 3P, your current USAC National Points leader. This is Kyle Cummins. Kyle Cummins in the 3P, going to come to speed here. He'll be joined on track by Mitchell Moles, the driver to Racing City, California, driving the AME Electrical, Massive Valley Transportation Kaiser Wheels at number 19. Cummins going to swing her off the exit of turn number 4. The Avante Windows Doors number 3P to go 17th quick on lap number 1 to the 15.836. Mitchell Moles, his first time by, 6 quick at a 15.456, 15.456 seconds for the driver other number 19. Cummins making his way through turns 3 and 4. Lap number 2 is better, 10th quick at a 15.511. Mitchell Moles, second time by, does he improve? He turns a 15.446, better on time, not position, 6 quick for Mitchell Moles. And one final driver to take to the clay here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Driver the Kurt Breckers, Tucker's Automotive, Stanton DRC, Mechanical Advantage Dueling Companies, Coletta Charters, Joe Dueling, Carter Gattini, number 63. This is Cale Coons. Cale Coons in the number 63. 3 wins on the season in local competition at Honest Abe Roofing Lincoln Park Speedway, June 28th, August 16th, and most recently on August 30th. 6th place run last night. He was your Rod Supply hard charger. Coons coming around on lap number 1. 15.822, 19th quick for Cale Coons. 7 starts on the season, 1 top 5 and 5 top 10s for the driver, the number 63. Comes around lap number 2, better 17th quick at a 15.729. As that'll wrap up Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. 5th quick tonight was Wyatt Burks. 4th quick was Justin Grant. 3rd quick was Jake Swanson. 2nd, Brandon Maddox. And your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier and now track record holder here at the Diamond and Dirt Tracks comes to you out of Sutter, California. Driven the Mountain Mechanical Contractors, Indy Power Sports, Carrington Homes, FloRacing Marketing, Abacus Racing, number 57. Race fans, give him a hand, Logan Seavey. So Logan Seavey picks up the quick qualifying time, sets the track record, and with that, Shane Frisbee going to fly in for the Legends.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate you. Glad to see you back. It's been a couple of full moons since then?
Been a couple of years anyway. Glad to be here.
Glad to have USAC here as well. I'm glad to have the INAX Legends cars in for the first time this season. They were not originally on the schedule, but with a scheduling, I don't want to say conflict, but we are trying to accommodate some of the other tracks around the area. The Hickamo Superstocks were supposed to be in the house for a show here with the USAC Sprint cars, but with the Fly-In Lehman Memorial going up at Nevada, they decided they would go ahead and let the Superstocks go up there and run for that special event, so they brought in the Legends cars, 25 strong here on hand here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Take you through the field of cars that are here. We start with Trenton Smith in the 72S out of Joplin, Missouri. He is a fully self-funded ride. He's won 9 times at Springfield this year, 3 times at Monette. He's also picked up a victory at North Central Arkansas. That's a 34 Ford sedan that he is piloting. Behind him, we go down to Chris Luttrell out of Springfield, Missouri. He's in a 37 sedan. His best finish has been 6th at Springfield this season. He has no career wins, still looking for victory number 1 to his career, and he would love to do it here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Tanner Foster's the Terminator out of Spokane, Missouri. Sponsored by Legacy Design and Construction, Port of Kimberling Marina, Stutzman Auto Salvage, S-Ray Excavating, and Snyder Race Cars. His last victory came just a couple of weeks ago over at Monette. He's picked up 14 pure stock wins on the season, 15 total, including one in a Legends car. Two cars side by side. We start with the 0-1 of Chance Gilbert out of Galena, Kansas, making the pass to the outside. In the Comer Auto Express Lambert's tractor vehicle, he's got 6 victories. He's picked all of those up at Monette on the season. The 33 back behind him, that is Big Z, Zern Vest out of Nixa, Missouri. Sinorama and BJP sponsors on the 33Z. Probably the eldest veteran out of the entire group is Lonnie Mulbauer in the 06. He is 70 years young. Lonnie Mulbauer Electric is the main sponsor. He's the pilot as well. He is a past 12-time champion. He's picked up championships at Monette, I-44, and Fayetteville. All of those were in a Pro 4. As the checkers come out for the last lap for the first round of Legends cars. Again, these are 5/8 scales fiberglass full-fendered versions of the famed NASCAR modifieds from way back in the day. And this series was started back in Charlotte all the way in 1992. Bruton Smith, who passed away just a couple of years ago, was the founder of this series, and it has been a mainstay down in the Charlotte area. A couple of tracks here in the Missouri, southwest Missouri area run this on a almost weekly basis, Springfield and Monette, so most of the drivers that come in are used to those tracks, and they love coming here to Lucas Oil Speedway. They have been here at least once every time since back in 2022. Kind of got its kickstart whenever Keelan Harvick started running in this series. He actually came in for one of those events.
So before we bring our next group of Legend cars out to the Speedway, let's go and get a word with tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier down to Drake.
Thank you so much, Brian. Boy, this guy has been, I'd almost say, a little too good at Honest Abe Roofing qualifying this season. Logan Seavey with now your 8th Honest Abe Roofing Quick Time Qualifier award on the season, too. And you did it by such a wide margin. We know you could turn out a lap like that, but did it surprise you a little bit because it was over 0.3 of a second over the rest of the whole field?
Yeah, it did surprise me that it was that good. I knew my car was obviously really good. We were a little bit better there in hot laps, and yeah, I was watching guys, and I couldn't tell. You know, like a few guys would struggle. Like Briggs has been really fast lately, and he struggled on his laps. And I was like, man, maybe the track's slowing down a little bit. And yeah, Kirk and Danny and all the boys, T-Bone, are doing a great job with my race car, and I was able to just run really hard and kind of stay on the line that I wanted to run, and not get up too high up on. You know, it flattens out just a little bit as you get higher here. So. Yeah, I was able just to run where I wanted to be at on the racetrack and run really hard, and that's key here. This place gets really slick and really, really tricky and technical, and I really like racing here, so I'm glad it was on the schedule. So thank you to Casey and the whole team for putting this race on. I know this is pretty far to come for some open wheel fans out here, but thank you guys for coming and keep supporting this racetrack so we can come back because we really like coming here.
You've been here in the past and you've had success here in the past, but it's been a little bit since you've been here. Any differences you notice, at least between dirt draft, hot laps, and Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, maybe compared to that have been here years past when you were here?
I guess they changed the dirt a little bit, and maybe it's a little more sticky, but yeah, I mean, I think it's still typical Wheatland. This is what we know we're going to get when we come here, and it always races really good. So we're always excited to come here. Like I said, I loved coming here for the Hawkette in the years past, and haven't been able to get out here in the last few years. So cool that it's on the USAC schedule, and we can get out here and race with and show. You know, I was really excited for my boys to get here and see how cool and awesome this facility is. So this is the nicest dirt track in the world, and like I said, we're proud to be racing here, and yeah, just like I said earlier, keep coming back and supporting this place so we can keep coming back here and racing for you guys. So yeah, thank you to Matt Mechanical and all of our partners. I know Brent and John are watching back home and probably really proud of what we just did there in qualifying, so we'll try to keep this car up front. And yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Phil and Twyla Osler and everybody that supports me, and Ultra Shield Seats and Dave Sharpley for my inserts and everything like that to keep me safe. So yeah, just happy to be racing out here, and yeah, looking forward to keeping this feed going all night.
Logan Seavey, not only your Honest Abe Roofing Quick Time qualifier, but your new track record holder here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
23rd time in his career, he has been your Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier. Don't forget, if you shop at USACgear.com, free shipping to the end of tomorrow night with code SPRINTCAR. That's all one word, SPRINTCAR, on U.S. orders only. So if you shop at USACgear.com, you get free shipping until tomorrow night. Use code word SPRINTCAR, all one word, for free shipping. So Logan going to make his way back to the pit area. We're going to continue on here with our NX Legend cars and their hot lap session. Shane?
Thank you, sir. As the next round getting ready to roll out from the staging area. 25 entries is one of the more higher car counts we have seen for this Legends class. 23 whenever they came here back in 2024. And this was kind of a surprise to see this many show up, as this was a late entry. They got the announcement back on either Monday or Tuesday that these cars would be the support class, so we're really glad to have all 25 cars come out. We see Jet Stovall in the 00 first out in the Metal Magic PDR-sponsored Midwest Sheet Metal Ride out of Billings, Missouri. Jet, the son of Jesse Stovall, longtime late model driver, and Jet's won 5 Legends races this season, 15 in his illustrious young career. So glad to have Jet out of Billings in the 00. So he comes off of turn number 4. Behind him, the yellow number 48. That is the kid, Austin Aziz, out of Fairgrove. He's sponsored by Ozark Mountain Sanitation, D&D Welding and Fabrication, Big Easy Grill, Les Mallard Insurance, Simcoe Building and Remodeling, as well as Economy Tire. Over 50 kart wins, but Austin's still looking for his very first Legends victory. Ron Vaughn in the 2R is out of Aldrich, Missouri. Vaughn's Farrier Service has 2 top 10s on the campaign. That's a 34 Ford sedan, replica of that ride. Then entering turn number 1, a couple cars going side by side, including the 7K of Cole Fry. He is out of Cassville, Missouri. As the white flag will come out one more time around for these Legends. The 27 is Trent Robinson out of Marionville, Missouri. This is his very first race of 2025. He's running some full fender cars as a car slides into the infield area just off of turn number 2, but we still have the checkers out for the final lap for these Legends cars. It looks as though only 2 hot lap sessions, nobody else in the staging area. A couple other cars out on the track, including Ashley Vaughn on the 24V out of Aldridge. Back August of last year, she rolled that car 5 times down at Springfield, climbed back in it the very next week. The 18 of Joe Crum, Big Piney Ford. Team Tire, Sounds Gone Mad, sponsors on that 37 Ford. Just coming out to play out of the Houston, Missouri area, as the track crew will come out and roll in the track just a little bit more. Try to work that top line in, especially over in 3 and 4. And with that, we will get our opening festivities underway. Our very own Doug Neff is down underneath the Foley Equipment flag stand. Let's send it out to Doug to get things started.
Thank you, Shane Freeby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lucas Oil Speedway. We're glad to have you along on this great September night. Before we get started, we'd like to thank some very important people in our stands. That is our veterans. If you have served or are serving in the United States military, whether it be the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, or the Coast Guard, please stand at this time and be recognized for your service. Please join those heroes standing among you here tonight for our invocation, Reverend Alan Perkins and Racers for Christ.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you that we can come here tonight for racing. We thank you for the provision of this by the Lucas family and sponsors and all those that are work so diligently here. We pray your blessings upon them. And Lord, we just ask you to bless the men and women who have served and are serving in our military. Bless them, Lord, tonight, and just keep your hand upon them and their families. And Lord, we just ask you to keep your hand upon the racers tonight, that you keep them all safe and that you keep them all from harm. But Lord, give them good, fast, furious racing tonight. We ask you, Lord, just to continue with us here. And Lord, just touch that hurting heart tonight. I pray that you would just bless, Lord, with your power tonight to keep everyone safe in and around this track. And as we go home, keep us alert and keep us well and keep us safe. And Lord, we thank you again for this great United States of America. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Please remain standing. Remove cover for the playing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, we always say we have the best fans in the stands here at the Diamond and Dirt Tracks. But before we send it back upstairs to Shane Freeby and the legendary Brian Holbert, ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Oil Speedway, are you ready for racing tonight?
So crew's going to finish up rolling up the high side of the speedway just a little bit before we go into heat race action. A trio of heat races coming up here for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Car IQ. Heat race number 2 by K1 Race Gear. And heat race number 3 by USACgear.com. If you missed it earlier, free shipping is available when you shop online at USACgear.com through the end of tomorrow night. One word, Sprint Car, is the code to get free shipping. Again, that's at USACgear.com. Last chance to go down and sign up to be tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner. Again, if your name is pulled, you and a guest will get to ride in the pace truck, you'll get a prize pack, and you'll get to watch tonight's feature event from the infield. In action last night in Granite City, Illinois, at Tri-City Speedway, Briggs Danner going to victory lane. Kyle Cummins in second last night. Chase Stock in the third. Justin Grant in fourth. Mario Klauser in fifth, his best career finish. Also picked up the Inferno Armor Fire move of the night with a fifth-place run one night ago. Unfortunately, Mario not in action here this evening. Cale Coons crossing in sixth. It was Logan Seavey in seventh. Mitchell Moles in eighth. Kevin Thomas Jr. in ninth. And Jake Swanson was your top 10 last night just on the other side of the river. Looking at the point standings coming into tonight's racing action of the Rod Supply Diamond Dirt Duel, Kyle Cummins leads the way. Again, he's earned 2,390 markers so far this season. Mitchell Moles currently sitting in second. Logan Seavey in third. Kevin Thomas Jr. in fourth. Briggs Danner currently fifth in tour standings. Justin Grant in sixth. C.J. Leary in seventh. Jake Swanson in eighth. Ninth is Cale Drake in 10th. Robert Ballou, Drake mentioned earlier in the opening of tonight's broadcast. Robert, unfortunately, done for the season. He suffered a back injury during Indiana Sprint Week, and then also taking the time to fix an issue he was having with his wrist and his hands. So unfortunately his season comes to an end, but looking forward to seeing the Madman healed up and ready to get back after it come 2026. Of course, the season for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship wraps up at the 58th running of the Western World down at Casa Grande, Arizona. And even more money added to that one. Now $35,000 to win. Plus there's lap money for the top three on Saturday night. It's $1,000 to start. Apache Transport, the latest company coming on and kicking in to the Saturday night purse. Not only will you have the best of non-wing 410 sprint car racing, but you'll have non-wing 360 racing there as well. And the 360 division, they will utilize ASCS engine rules. So a lot of teams already talking about doubling up and going for twice the fun during the Western World. Again, that is October 24th and 25th. Central Arizona Raceway in Casa Grande, Arizona. Tickets on sale. You can go to their website and purchase those today. Of course, once we wrap up in Arizona, then is the final swing of the season, and that means we are hot and heavy with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Mid-National Championship. The Hangtown 100 at Placerville Speedway, November 14th and 15th. Plaza Park Raceway in Visalia, California. The Good Earth Farm Special recently added. That's going to be a Wednesday night, November 19th. Thunderbolt Raceway in Tulare. That'll be on November 21st. Merced, now a one-night show. The Chase Johnson Classic on November 22nd. Was originally a two-night affair. Now that second night reserved in case inclement weather takes away Saturday. So still leaving that option to be able to get the Chase Johnson Classic in the books. The Jason Leffler Memorial following that. The Bakersfield at Kern County Raceway in Bakersfield, California on Tuesday, November 25th. And, of course, the entire season wraps up with the historic Turkey Night Grand Prix at Ventura Raceway in Ventura, California. That will be on Saturday, November 29th. Of course, if you can't be there live, you can see it all on FloRacing. So with that, the field staging out to the back straightaway. Car IQ Heat Race number 1, 8 times around. Top 6 moving on directly into your feature event. Everybody else going to your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature. Driver on the pole for this 8-lap affair is going to be C.J. Leary to Greenfield, Indiana. Driver the Curb Records Kodiak Products one-way DRC chassis number 21AZ to his right. It'll be Kevin Thomas Jr. to Coleman, Alabama. The Inferno Armor Majestic Electric Factory Kane number 3R. Second row for the inside, your current national points leader, Kyle Cummins to Princeton, Indiana. The Avante Windows and Doors Premier Recycling Apache Transport number 3P. And outside of him is going to be the driver to Bonham, Texas. In the B-Town Automotive Circle C Adventures number 21K, that will be Kobe Simpson. Justin Grant from the 5th starting spot. He's out of Ione, California. Driver the NOS Energy Drink, Kistler Maxim number 4. And outside of him, tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier, Logan Seavey out of Sutter, California. The Mount Mechanical Contractors, Drop Light Indy Power Sports number 57. Briggs Danner in the 39. The driver coming to us out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. The E. Schneider & Sons Recycling, Oshkosh Roasted Corn, Ryder DRC Chassis number 39 from 7th. From 8th, it'll be Jack Wagner to Lone Jack, Missouri. The S&S Electrical, Donna Maxo Chassis number 77. And your final starter, set to be Justin Johnson at Parkville, Missouri. Driver the J&S Transmission, Midwest Mechanical, Maxo Chassis number 27. As that'll be your line begin for Car IQ Heat Race number 1. Johnson, unfortunately, his time disallowed in qualifying, as when he rolled up on the scales, the incorrect left rear affixed on at that number 27. So again, his time disallowed. He does start at the back of Car IQ Heat Race number 1. So if you're just joining us in the broadcast, Logan Seavey, now the track record holder here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks in non-wing competition. 8th time this season that the drivers of the USAC AMSOIL Sprinter National Championship have established a new track record. Again, he'll roll from the 6th starting spot. 6-car inversion into the heat race. Is that a qualifying? That'll put your quick qualifier to the right of number 3 in heat race number 1. Second quick will start 6 in heat race number 2. Third quick 6 in heat race number 3, and so on. They will snake up through the field. Once we get to the top of the inversion, then of course filling in behind that from 7th and moving our way down the line. Bill going to give word on the receiver communication to go in and jackrabbit around and make their way to the back bumper of the Toyota Racing Development Pace Truck. So getting everybody lined up and ready to go against C.J. Leary, Kevin Thomas Jr., row number 1, Kyle Cummins, Kobe Simpson, row number 2, Justin Grant, Logan Seavey in row number 3, Briggs Danner, Jack Wagner, row number 4, Justin Johnson in row number 5. C.J. Leary, a 3-time winner in the season, twice with the USAC Silver Crown Champ Car Series. The Race Aid 100 at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park, and most recently the Ted Horn 100 at DuQuoin. Sprint car victory lane during Indiana Sprint Week at Circle City. He will have the Indiana Sprint Week champion lining up next to him as they come around to the NOS Energy start. Can we go green? Field going to dash off into turns 1 and 2. KTJ going to come away with the advantage. The Inferno Armor. Rocksteady Racing number 3R going to jump out to the race lead. Leary going to fall to second. Now he'll have Cummins trying to come after him along with Justin Grant. Grant looks to the inside for third. Couldn't get there fast enough at the NOS Energy number 4. Stakes down to the bottom side of the speedway. Gets a good drive into the back straightaway. Hangs right there with Kyle Cummins off into turns 3 and 4. Cummins going to drive it in deep in the inside. Lets the car swing out here to the exit of turn number 4. One driver turned about as well as a freight train. That was the 21K of Simpson. Keeps the car off of the concrete. Now has to contend with the 57 of Logan Seavey. He's going to take the transfer spot away into the feature. So Simpson back to 7th. Is up front. It is Kevin Thomas Jr. leading the way. C.J. Leary trying to reel him into that 2nd spot. Kyle Cummins still running in 3rd. Justin Grant right there in the 4th spot. Briggs Danner in 5th. Logan Seavey, Kobe Simpson, Jack Wagner, and Justin Johnson currently round out your field. Justin Grant again trying to get a run to the Avante Windows Indoors. Petty Performance number 3, not able to do so. He is the NOS top number 4, still riding in the 4th spot. Challenge for 5th starting to brew here. The 39 of Briggs Danner has the Mount Mechanical contract at number 57 of Logan Seavey stalking him right now. Round to the front straightaway, neither driver giving an inch here as they work into turns 1 and 2. Just outside of the transfer spot, lost it a few laps ago. Kobe Simpson again, that car just suddenly making a right-hand turn. Good set, then gets tight in the middle of 1 and 2. We've seen him do it a couple times over in turns 3 and 4. At that time, a little bit better approach. Flies the left front around to the front straightaway as the white flag set to come out this time. Justin Grant once again. Oh my, we got one upside down. Red light's going to come on. Mentioned Kobe Simpson. That car was getting really tight in the middle of the turn. Not seeing how it started, just how it ended in the 21K. Bringing us under red flag conditions. Getting word from trackside driver is okay. So Simpson out of the car talking to officials over in turn at number 1. Tough end for the driver to Bonham, Texas here in Car IQ Heat Race number 1. So it'll be 2 to go once we get rolling once again. So crews working on clearing the racetrack. We do have a replay here on the FloRacing broadcast and over in the Impact4800.com big screen. Overlooking turns 3 and 4. Kobe going in, just getting her biked up, and man, talk about a violent ride. Let's check in down with him down trackside.
Well, Brian, the most important news of all from down here in turns 1 and 2, Kobe Simpson up and out of this absolutely mangled 21K. Kobe, glad to see you're all right. What happened down here in turn number 1?
I just overdrove it. I got in a little hard and hit a rut, I guess, and went end over end, but it sucks. Got to say sorry to my guys. This was a stupid call on my part. Everybody's going to the feature, but I did a dumb job, dumb driving. Hopefully we'll get it fixed soon.
All right, that's Kobe Simpson. Once again, the best news of all is he is up and out of that race car. But, Brian, the bad news is that race car is absolutely mangled front to rear.
Yeah, that thing took an absolutely wild ride. So we'll get everybody straightened out here. The scene cleared over at the high side of turns 1 and 2. Kevin Thomas Jr. leads the way. C.J. Leary in second. Kyle Cummins sitting in third. Justin Grant in fourth. Briggs Danner in fifth. Logan Seavey in sixth. Kobe Simpson had been running in seventh. That'll be Jack Wagner with Justin Johnson rounding out your field. Kevin Thomas Jr., 5 wins on the season coming into tonight, a local event at Kokomo to kick things off back in April. Of course, picking up the big check during the Avante Windows Doors Corn Belt Clash at the Knoxville Raceway. Williams Grove Speedway back in June. Tri-State to end down Indiana Sprint Week. And, of course, Friday night during the Elias Custom Trailers Kart Sprint Car Smackdown at the Kokomo Speedway. In competition here, in the Heimberger Foundation number 19 with the Kubota High Limit Series back in June. He ran 9th on night number 1 and 11th on night number 2. 9th place finish last night at Tri-City for the Inferno Armor number 3R. 35 feature starts on the season. 4 wins in USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car Competition. 13 top 5s and 25 top 10s so far this season for the driver number 3R, currently sitting 4th in Tour standings. So the track under yellow flag conditions, the 3 rolling down the back straightaway. C.J. Leary in the 21 AZ. Sitting in that second spot, Kyle Cummins sitting in third. 12 wins on the season, 7 of those in USAC National Sprint Car Competition. Midwest Thunder 410 Sprint Cars, the other wins for him, those were at Paragon, Circle City, back at Paragon in August, and Tri-State most recently. USAC victories, Volusia, Ocala, Odyssey Roofing, Lincoln Park Speedway, Bloomington, Tri-State, Big Diamond, and Millstream. Of course, Kyle Cummins, the winner of the Jesse Hawk and Danny McMillan Memorial here in 2018. Second place finished last night at Tri-City for your current USAC National Championship points leader. Justin Grand lining up fourth in the NOS Energy. Top Motorsports number 4. Brakes slipping away on the number 4 last night is what he posted out to social media. Still ended up with a 4th place finish last night. Grant setting the track record one night ago at Tri-City. Briggs Danner, last night's feature winner, lines up at the 5th spot as we get ready to go back to green single file past the NOS Energy start can. 2-lap dash to the finish. Everybody can hustle onto the back straightaway. Kevin Thomas Jr. picking up right where he left off here, as he'll come around this time to find the lap coat fly. 1 to go. Field onto the far side of the dominant dirt tracks here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag doth fly for the driver number 3R. Kevin Thomas Jr. gets the job done here in Car IQ Heat Race number 1. CJ Leary going to cross in second. Kyle Cummins in third. Justin Grant in fourth. Briggs Danner and Logan Seavey. Jack Wagner, Justin Johnson, and Kobe Simpson unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he comes to you out of Coleman, Alabama, driving the Inferno Armor, Majestic Electric Factory Kane, Rocksteady Racing, Lucas Oil Center number 3R. Race fans, give him a hand, Kevin Thomas Jr. KTJ victorious in Car IQ Heat Race number 1. CJ Leary in second. Kyle Cummins in third. Justin Grant in fourth. Briggs Danner in fifth. Logan Seavey in sixth. Jack Wagner in seventh. Justin Johnson in eighth. And Kobe Simpson in ninth. Let's go down trackside.
For the 7th time this season, KTJ, Kevin Thomas Jr., winner in heat race competition with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship. He gets the job done in Car IQ Heat Race number 1, and a much-needed win at that, too. KT, I know that it wasn't exactly the qualifying effort you were hoping for, so does it feel like you kind of now have a weight off your shoulders with that heat race winning, essentially saving your night?
Yeah, a little bit. It's unfortunate we were even back there. We need to be in the invert in order to win these races, but we got strong heat race efforts, so I think we're going to have to come from probably 7th or 8th here and see if we can pick one off tonight.
KTJ, Kevin Thomas Jr., winner of Car IQ Heat Race number 1.
Thank you very much. Going into K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2, the driver of the pole of this one comes to you to Greencastle, Indiana. Driver of the Tucker's Automotive, Kurt Breckards, Mechanical Advantage, Dueling Companies, Coletta Charters, DRC number 63. It's going to be Cale Coons. Outside of number 1, it'll be Hayden Reinbold of Gilbert, Arizona. The AME Electrical, Levante Windows and Doors, Stanton Spike, Reinbold, Underwood Motorsports, number 19. The Moose Racing, Brown Brothers Excavating, Kistler, DRC, number 92. Chase Stockton out of Fort Branch, Indiana, going to line up in third. In fourth, it'll be Wesley Smith out of Nixon, Missouri. The CarQuest, All Metal Recycling, Claxon, DRC. Shriners Children's Hospital, number 44. Next row for the inside, it'll be Wyatt Burks out of Topeka, Kansas, driving the Hughes Brothers, Empire Energy, Patriot Power, XXX, Vehicles Unlimited, Wholesale Battery, number 5X. And from the 6th starting spot, that is going to be Brandon Maddox out of Terre Haute, Indiana, the Maddox Heating and Cooling Pro Source, Gressman DRC Chassis, Pure Max Racing Oil, number 28. Final row for the inside, Clinton Boyles out of Greenwood, Missouri, driving the Team Bennett Cart. Bo Wyatt owned, Charlie Sykes, DRC Sykes All Pro Chevrolet Power, number 41. And your final starter is scheduled to be Dakota Earls. He's out of Independence, Missouri, driving the Wholesale Battery, Show Me Guttering, Peters Performance CNC Autoglass, number 15E. As that'll be your scheduled lineup again for K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2, 8 laps the distance. Kel Coons last night's Bronta Supply Hard Charger at Tri-City, a 3-time winner in the season in beautiful downtown Putnamville, Indiana. The Odyssey Roofing, Lincoln Park Speedway, weekly competition. Twice in August, the first one back in June. That was his first career. 410 non-wing sprint car victory. 7 starts on the season with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. 1 top 5 and 5 top 10 finishes so far for the Joe Dueling Kerbagajani number 63 this season. Hayden Reinbold of the 19 lining up next to him. 16th last night at Tri-City. Picked up a win in Power I Midget competition here during the 2024 Impact4800.com Open Wheel Showdown. Chase Stockin inside of that second row. Wesley Smith next to him. Wyatt Burks, Brandon Maddox, Clinton Boyles, Dakota Earls, and the number 15. Side by side to the NOS Energy start can, exiting turn number 4. They find it, and on the throttle we go. A little bit of tire tapping going on down the front straightaway. A little bit of bumper banging going over in turns 1 and 2, but everybody's going to come out clean. Up front, it will be Cale Coons taking off with the race lead in 63. The 44 going to run in second right now. He'll have the 92 of Stockin chasing him. Wyatt Burks, Hayden Reinbold, Clinton Boyles right now. Those drivers sitting in the top 6 transferring positions. As Coons works onto the back straightaway. A couple of battles brewing on the racetrack. Second up for grabs here. The 44, the CarQuest entry of Wesley Smith. So far able to fend off the charge of Chase Stock, and he rides in third. Side by side right now for the 5th spot onto the back straightaway. And caution, we've got one with problems over the outside of turn number 2. Brandon Maddox in the number 28. Up off at the top of the racing surface over on the outside of turn number 2. Clinton Boyles, Wyatt Burks, those two in a good battle for the 5th spot before we went under yellow flag conditions. So safety crews on scene. They will get the incident clear to the outside of turn number 2. Cale Coons leads in the 63. Wesley Smith running in second. Chase Stockin in third. Hayden Reinbold in fourth. Wyatt Burks in fifth. Clinton Boyles in sixth. Dakota Earls now going to round out your field in 7th. So the crew in Studio 56 looking through the footage here to see if we have a replay of just what happened over in turns 1 and 2. So again, if you're just joining us here on the FloRacing broadcast under yellow flag conditions in K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2, Brandon Maddox in the 28. Cue up the replay, and we'll see just what happened. Went in, biked it, saved it, pirouettes it, and ooh, man, that was a hard in there. Left side. Rear into the wall. We'll see if we can get another look at it here as they slow the frame rate down. You see he rolls in, the car bikes, and man, just launches, but that hard hit to the left side on the concrete. So Maddox taking a little bit of time to get up and out of the car, but there he is out of the top side of that number 28, so he is okay after that hard impact into the wall. So they will get him clear for the number 28. They'll get it on the hook. Let's check in with Drake York.
Really good to see Brandon Maddox up and out of that 28 machine. And if you remember back to Honest Abe Roofing, qualifying was second fastest on the 25 car field. And albeit he would have had to make a pass or two to really put himself inside that top 6 invert for the feature event. But with being second quick, he would have started in the first 3 rows of the feature event. And obviously that has all gone sideways for Brandon Maddox. Really hate to see that for him. One of the longtime privateer racers, especially in the state of Indiana too. And he's won a few races throughout his career too, but the thing I always enjoyed about covering Brandon Maddox's career, Brian, regardless of how good or bad the night goes, Brandon Maddox always has a smile on his face back in the pit area, so really hate to see that for Brandon after such a strong qualifying effort earlier.
Certainly one of the nice guys on the series here, whether you find him racing in a local competition or with the United States Auto Club, as unfortunately the very mangled number 28 dangles off of the back of the wrecker. They'll get it cleared from the racetrack. We'll get things sorted out and ready to go back to green. So Cale Coons, Wesley Smith, Chase Stockin, Hayden Reinbold, Wyatt Burks, Clinton Boyles, Dakota Earls. Those are the drivers on track. So the racing surface cleared and the caution lights will go dark. Coons trying to get a second heat race win on the season behind the wheel of the number 63 machine. Wesley Smith, the most recent driver, being added to the list last night at Tri-City as we get back after it. Smith rides in that second spot. Stockin chasing as they work into turns 3 and 4. Both drivers going to set into the low side, slides it up across the racetrack. Stockin, the car got just a little bit tight on him there. Thought the 19 was going to capitalize for a second. Reinbold, unfortunately, not able to do so as they work onto the far side of the racetrack. Cale Coons, in the meantime, will come around to 4 to go, and he is starting to build his advantage. Coons leading, Smith running in second, Stockin, Reinbold, Burks, then Boyles. Clayton's got a little bit of company here. The 5 of Wyatt Burks, as Boyles was able to sneak by for the 5th spot. He'll drop the 5X back to the final transfer position here as they come around this time to 2 to go. Boyles behind the blue Motorsports number 12 during the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Karts Sprint Car Smackdown. Last night in the Heimbridger Foundation, number 19, unfortunately a DNF of the Power i410 series. The birdcage seizing up on the right rear. When it did, it destroyed the axle and sent the right rear flying behind the wheel of the Bo Wyatt number 41 here this evening as the white flag has flown. Checkered flag set to be displayed for the driver at Greencastle, Indiana. Cale Coons gets the job done here in K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2. Wesley Smith going to hold on for second. Chase Stockin in third. Hayden Reinbold in fourth. Clinton Boyles in fifth. Wyatt Burks in sixth. And Dakota Earls unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, second time this season in a heat race. He will go to victory lane. The driver to Greencastle, Indiana, driver the Curb Wreckers, Tucker's Automotive, Stanton DRC, Dueling Companies, Coletta Charters, number 63. Race fans, give him a hand. Cale Coons. Wesley Smith in second, Chase Stockin in third, Hayden Reinbold in fourth, Clinton Boyles, Wyatt Burks, Dakota Earls, and Brandon Maddox, unfortunately, a DNF in K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2. Let's go down to Genevieve.
Cale Coons taking that K1 Race Gear Heat 2 win, and also our Rod and Supply hard charger last night. But Cale, having such a significant lead, what do you find yourself taking away heading into tonight's feature?
Yeah, you know, kind of screwed myself there in the qualifying, so I had to win that to get me starting decent in the feature. Can't thank my guys enough. Joe Dueling, Curb Records, Coletta Chargers, Mechanical Advantage, everybody back at the pit that's helping me tonight. Couldn't do it without them.
Your K1 Race Gear Heat 2 winner, Cale Coons.
Thank you very much. USACgear.com Heat Race number 3. Next on the program, don't forget you do get free shipping when you use code SPRINTCAR through tomorrow night when you shop at USACgear.com. One word, SPRINTCAR, one word. Also getting a text from Vendor Row. Fans have been up there getting brand new USAC merchandise and driver merchandise, and the vendors want to thank you so much for your support this evening and making the trip worthwhile and helping these drivers get up and down the road. Again, before you leave here tonight, make sure you swing by Vendor Row just outside of the Diamond Bar here. You've got the USAC merchandise trailer, driver merchandise. I know Kevin Thomas Jr., C.J. Leary, Cale Drake, a few others up here. Hayden Reinbold, Logan Seavey stuff is up there, so make sure and swing by. So So the field will begin to fire for USACgear.com heat race number 3. The driver of the pole. This one comes to you to Lone Jack, Missouri. Driver of the KC Platinum Contracting, Donna Maxa Chassis, SNS Electrical number 73. It's going to be Samuel Wagner. Outside of him, it's going to be Gunnar Setzer out of Columbus, Indiana. Driver of the Midwest 2 Mill, Stanton Flea RC, Davis Brothers King Racing Products number 5G. Second row from the inside out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. The Pendleton Farms, Bannock Enterprises, Honest State Roofing number 2B. It's going to be Cale Drake. And next to him, Jaden Rogers out of Worthington, Indiana. The Baldwin Fox Racing, Fox Paving DRC at number 5. The 19AZ of Mitchell Moles for the 5th starting spot. He's out of Raisin City, California. The AME Electrical, Stanton Spike number 19. And outside of him will be the 5 of Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California. The Inland Rigging Sync Enterprises, One Way DRC. Burris Racing, Roll Scaffolding, Danny Swanson number 5T. Final row from the inside, Anthony Nicholson in Bartlett, Tennessee. The Automatic Garage, Autotech DRC chassis number 16. And your final starter, going to be Braden Cromwell at Lone Jack, Missouri. The Wholesale Batteries, Level Up KC, Interstate Electrical Supply. Rachel Cromwell, Boyd Racing at number 4X. Samuel Wagner in the 73. One win on the season with the Power Eye Wingless Auto Racing Series, the Well Memorial at Lakeside Speedway back on August 15th. $5G of Gunnar Setzer. Lines up next to him. Round of the NOS Energy start cam. We're underway. Setzer with a good start. The Midwest 2 Mills number 5 going to take off with the race lead. They'll jockey it up for the second position here. The 2 down to the inside. The 73 hunting the outside. Drag race onto the front straightway. The Bannock Enterprises, Pendleton Farms number 2B of Cale Drake going to take over the second spot here. The Jesse Hockett race at number 73 is Sam Wagner. On the outside, flies left front onto the back straightway, trying to get some grip and some run to get back into that second spot here. Cale Drake can hold on to it behind them. Everybody slip sliding around here. Jaden Rogers running in 4th. Jake Swanson in 5th. Mitchell Moles in 6th. Braden Cromwell, Anthony Nicholson right now running at your running order. Keep an eye on the Baldwin Fox number 5. Trying to close in on the 73 is Samuel Wagner. Samuel up the racetrack. The 5 down to the inside. Good run. Couldn't get there fast enough though. He'll continue to ride in the 4th position with a 5T of Jake Swanson directly behind him. He'll peek to the inside of the 5 machine. Right now, that orange number 5 keeping pace over the black and white number 5T as they work around to the near side of the racetrack. The 19AZ of Mitchell Moles watching all this go down as they are nearly nose to tail. 3rd, 4th, and 5th all up for grabs onto the back straightway. They'll come around this time with 3 to go. Gunnar Setzer in the meantime in the 5 and beginning to pull away. Cale Drake still running in 2nd. That battle for 3rd ongoing and a whole lot of fun here. 73 of Samuel Wagner, the 5 of Jaden Rogers, the 5T of Jake Swanson. And now the 19 into the inside of the 5T here. As Swanson went in, the car got a little tight there in the entrance at turn number 3. Going to recover and retake the position. As they'll swap lines of positions onto the back straightaway, coming around this time to the wave of the white flag. 1 to go. All the battling going on back there, and that has allowed Samuel Wagner to get some breathing room in that 3rd spot. You're later in the meantime. Working onto the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag, gonna greet the number 5G of Gunnar Setzer here in USACgear.com heat race number 3. Cale Drake in 2nd, Samuel Wagner in 3rd, Jaden Rogers in 4th, Jake Swanson, your top 5 in the 5T. So your winner for the 8th time this season in heat race competition. He's out of Columbus, Indiana, driven the Midwest 2 Mills, Davis Brothers, S&C Machine King Racing Products number 5G. Race fans, give him a hand. Gunnar Setzer. Cale Drake in 2nd, Samuel Wagner in 3rd, Jaden Rogers in 4th, Jake Swanson in 5th, Mitchell Moles, Anthony Nicholson, and Braden Cromwell unofficially rounding out your field down trackside of Drake.
You just mentioned it, Brian, the 8th heat race win on the season for Gunnar Setzer in the midst of an incredible rookie run with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship. And Gunnar, pretty much every night of the season so far, you've had to tackle, at least to you in a sprint car, a brand new racetrack every night. I think it's safe to say you've adapted to Lucas Oil Speedway pretty quick. Take the race fans through that process for a young driver like yourself, still learning the ropes with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship, to learn a racetrack in this particular type of race car.
Yeah, it's pretty technical out there. I saw him go out before and kind of run the same line I was running. So, you know, Kent gave me a really good car, and DJ and Mike and everybody helping back there, and Davis Brothers, A&N Transport, Superior Ag, King Racing Products, and AMSOIL. You know, they gave me a really good race car, and you know, they said they put it like Hopstot so I get some grip on there, and I definitely had a lot of grip, and that's why I think I was able to, you know, maneuver around and get good grip around the whole racetrack.
Well, we know if it's anything like Hopstot, Gunnar Setzer and KO Motorsports, they're going to be a threat for victory here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Once again, he's your winner in USACgear.com, heat race number 3.
Thank you very much. Heat races in the books here for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. With that, Legend Cars out to the Speedway.
Yes, sir.
If you would, sir. The little car is going to make their way out.
How old is Gunnar?
I'd have to go back and look at my notes.
I mean, you got underwear older than him.
Possibly. My shirt might be older than him.
Legends, as you mentioned, are coming out on the track. 25 entries tonight, 3 heats for the Legends.
This does make me feel old. I remember calling him in restricted micros when he was first starting to make his way around, and now 600.
And I remember coming here just as a young pup whenever you were here. So how's that make you feel? I got gray hair in my beard now.
You lost the rest of it, though.
I did, and you don't have a lick of gray in that beard. That is one handsome-looking beard.
You're not looking very close.
Nah, I'm not going to get that close to you. I don't want to look that close. First, a field of 9 cars out on the track. Take you through the starting grid for heat race number 1. Lonnie Muhlbauer on the pole in the 06 out of Ozark, Missouri, a 12-time track champion over his 150-plus career win season. Justin Comer on his outside. He is a 4-time Legends champ at Springfield. He's out of Joplin, Missouri in the 41. Back in row 2, Jordan Myers and Trenton Simon. Trenton, a 13-time winner on the season this year out of Joplin. Corey Pope and Austin Aziz make up row number 3. Inside row number 4 is Tanner Foster with Jet Stovall and Ashley Vaughn starting 9th through the Lucas Oil start zone. In turn number 4, green flag waves for the Legends cars, their first of 3 heat races this evening. Again, 25 entries. This is the first and only time they'll be on the schedule here at Lucas Oil Speedway. They have been here once each of the last 3 seasons. And they started coming just a few years back on a one-off through a midweek season. And it was a good show that they brought in the first time in. And they have been here a couple of times since then as Justin Comer in the 41. He is a former A-Mod driver here at Lucas Oil Speedway. And he is one of the, I don't want to say founding fathers of this area of Legends Cars racing, but the Comers have a big part of that. And Justin with a 10th of a second lead over Trenton Simon in the 72, who looks to the inside, and Austin Aziz just behind him, 2/10 of a second back in the 48, as it's side by side between Comer and Trenton Simon for the top spot. We've ran 2 laps, 6 laps remain. Crossing the line this time will be 3 laps in the books, and new leader on the pylon, and that is Trenton Simon, as Justin Comer has to drop back to 3rd with Austin Aziz making the pass to his inside. Austin Aziz in the 48, just down the road in Fairgrove, Missouri. The Kid has 7 top 5s on the season, over 50 karting victories, sticking back in 2nd place right now, and then a 3-car battle for 4th, led by the 84 of Corey Pope. This is his first year back after taking a couple of years off. He leads that 3-car battle for 4th as Trenton Simon continues to pull away. He now leads by half a second coming off of turn number 4, and that will complete 5 of the 8 laps we have on tap for you. Austin Aziz starting to reel him in. Only down by about 8 car lengths now. That equates into just over 1/2 of a second. And it's a long way back to Justin Comer, who was battling for the lead, but his car is falling on the wayside. Over 1.5 seconds back now is Justin Comer. Now make it 2 seconds as they cross underneath the full equipment flag stand, signifying 2 more laps to go. And Trenton Simon by 0.7 seconds over Austin Aziz. White flag waves for Trenton Simon. Trenton again, a 13-time winner, and he has won at 3 different tracks. He would love to make Lucas Oil his 4th win of the season as far as different tracks go. He's won at Springfield. He's won at Monette. He's won at North Central Arkansas, and he will grab a heat race win as he takes the lead midway through the heat race over Justin Comer. And he will move on and pick up the heat race win ahead of Austin Aziz and Justin Comer, your top three. Lonnie Mulbauer, who started on the pole, drifts all the way back to fourth. Corey Pope in fifth. That runs out your top five with the rookie Jet Stovall in sixth. First of three heat races goes to Trenton Simon out of Joplin, Missouri, a fully self-funded ride. He had some help from parents over the last few years, but he has decided to foot the bill himself, and it's really turned out for him. He had 6 career wins through just a handful of seasons, and he has picked up 13 this year at 3 different tracks. So congratulations goes to Trenton Simon, winner of heat race number 1. Second heat filing out from over in turn number 2. And Jay Reynolds, who was last year's champion at Springfield Raceway, just down south of us here at Wheatland. He will start on the pole in the 07 out of Springfield. Trent Robinson on his outside, and this is his first race of 2025. And Jay has won a handful of races so far this season, a former champ. So kind of different looks from the inside and outside of row number 1. Jay Reynolds, a seasoned veteran. Trenton Robinson, his first race of 2025. Big Z, Zern Vest the second out of Nixa, joined by another Nixa native, Vance Jenkins. He pilots the number 11. He will start in 4th. In row number 3 to the inside, Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. out of Seneca, Missouri. And Kaylee Sappington from Dadeville outside of him. In row number 4, Joe Crum and Chance Gilbert. Chance starting caboose on the field, a 6-time winner. All of those wins coming down at Monette, as we'd mentioned during the hot laps. Really only 2 tracks in southwest Missouri host these INEX Legends cars. Springfield and Monette are the 2 that come to mind first as the green flag is in the air, and Jay Reynolds takes the early lead ahead of Trenton Robinson. As they head into turn 1 out of turn number 2, that lead expands out to 6, 7, now 8 car lengths. Side by side for third, moving up through the field, did not take Chance Gilbert long at all. He started all the way dead last, and he is motored up. He is looking to jump up the pylon, and he does. How about 8th to 2nd in just 1 lap? Not going to be long at all before he catches up with Jay Reynolds, but Jay has a good 12-car length advantage as he exits turn number 4, and Chance Gilbert trying to follow his tire tracks and reel him in. He's got plenty of time left to do it as the battle for third, Trent Robinson and Zern Vest the second. Zern in the 33Z to the inside. Makes the pass, and he is up onto the podium, now in third. After he gets past Trent Robinson, gaps him by 4 car lengths. Big Z, Zern Vest. Bought his son a car a few years back, and he still runs a Legend, but he thought, you know, if I'm going to take my son to the track, I might as well drive one too. So he bought this 33Z, and Zern, the only one out of the Vest family, making the trip here to Lucas Oil Speedway late in the season. But it's still a family affair, and now it's starting to get hot and heavy as Chance Gilbert has set the hook on the back bumper of Jay Reynolds 07. That's a Springfield, Missouri native who is a 4-time winner, and Chance Gilbert may only be 1 or 2 laps away from being the next leader on the pylon as the Galena, Kansas native in that 34 Ford Coupe makes the trip to Monette just about every single week and has picked up 6 victories. He is currently second in the points at Monette, second at Springfield, and he's second in this race right behind Jay Reynolds. Steps out of line, diamonds the turn, dive bombs into turn 2, takes the lead off of that exit, and Jay Reynolds drops back to second as new leader on the pylon. Coming off of turn number 4 to be Chance Gilbert on the white flag lap. He saved the best for last as Chance Gilbert, a second-generation driver. His best finish at Lucas Oil Speedway was last year when he came into the Diamond Dirt Tracks and finished third in the Comer Auto Express, Lambert's Tractor, Hell Vision, Audio Haas, Muddy Bottom Boys Racing, Fox Electric 01. Chance Gilbert grabs heat race number 2 ahead of Jay Reynolds and Zern Vest the second. And Zern Vest, he was up in third right up until that last turn, and Trent Robinson and Phil Berkey-Bile both got by Zern, so Trent Robinson up to third, but Chance Gilbert .7 seconds, his win over Jay Reynolds in heat race number 2. And he goes from dead last to first, the outhouse to the penthouse in heat race number 2 as he passed 7 cars, and that'll fare very well. He'll probably be on the pole whenever feature time comes around for these Legends cars. Third and final heat race out of our 25 entries, led out by Chris Luttrell from Springfield, Missouri, 2 Springfield natives on the front row. Chris in the 82L, and outside of him, a former karting champion, Eric Tracy in the 67. He will start in second. Cassville's Cole Fry in the 7K has Matthew Bowen on his outside. He is out of Springfield in the 44. Row number 3 has probably more wins than anybody else here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Kenny Foster has won over 800 times out of Springfield, Missouri. He is a 7-time karting world champion, and he will start inside row number 3 with Whizzer. Michael Seitz on his outside for Monette in the 11S. Ron Vaughn and Roy Thompson make up row number 4, and that is your final 8 cars for heat race number 3. Going to be kind of tough to top what Chance Gilbert did in heat race number 2, going from last to first. But through the Lucas Oil start zone, a little bit of a bobble on the opening lap by Eric Tracy as he gets booted off the front row. He's going to lose a ton of positions as Chris Luttrell to the front. Matthew Bowen now to his outside. Side by side, Will to Bill Bowen up around the cushion. Can he get the run off of turn 4? Luttrell will lead lap number 1. Matthew Bowen had a faster lap on lap 1, but he had a lot of ground to make up, getting up to a battle for the lead, and that battle for the lead is now gone as Matthew Bowen passes Chris Luttrell at the line. New leader, Luttrell back to second, and then look at this logjam. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, side by side. Michael Seitz has Corey Fry taking a peek to the inside. Eric Tracy will make ground up on the outside as a little bobble by Cole Fry might cost him. As at the line, Michael Seitz able to stay ahead, and now Eric Tracy going to battle Cole Fry in a battle for 4th. Top 2 spots pretty much all said and done right now as Matthew Bowen is pulled away from Cole Luttrell, but this is the battle right now between Seitz, Cole Fry, and Eric Tracy. Eric Tracy squarely up into 3rd now by about 0.3 of a second. That equates into 4 car lengths ahead of Michael Seitz. So a fantastic lap number 4 by Eric Tracy puts him squarely into 3rd, and now the side-by-side battle wages on for 4th between Seitz and Cole Fry. Matthew Bowen, who leads a lot of sponsorship changes for the Springfield, Missouri native. And this has not been the best track for Matthew Bowen. His best finish in 4 years now was a 17th, all the way back in 2022. He finished 26th here last year, 29th the year before, and with 1 lap to go, Matthew Bowen, who started back in 4th, up 3 spots with the lead by almost 3 seconds ahead of Chris Luttrell. Navigates 3 and 4, a little puff of smoke as they enter turn 3, but off of turn 4, Matthew Bowen from 4th to 1st wins heat race number 3 ahead of Chris Luttrell. Eric Tracy, Michael Seitz, and Cole Fry had one heck of a battle for 3rd. Eric Tracy seals the deal at the line. Cole Fry gets past Michael Seitz on that last lap. He's up to 4th and Seitz in 5th, but Matthew Bowen, Matman out of Springfield, Missouri, looking for his first win and best finish at Lucas Oil Speedway tonight. Just might be the night as he has a great run, and that will close things up for heat race number 3 for the Legends Cars. Track crew comes out. They're going to work the track in, make this a little more sporty as there have been a number of laps put on, but we have reached our intermission time. We'll have feature action coming up, leading off with the INEX Legends Cars, followed up by the USAC Sprints. That'll be right after intermission here at Lucas Oil Speedway. You're on Flow.
So a little bit of work going to take place here on the 3/8 mile oval. Kevin Thomas Jr. at his merchandise trailer signing autographs right now. And your AMSOIL inside the oval winner tonight, Rebecca Kennedy. You and a guest are going to get to ride in the pace truck here this evening before our feature event. Go down to the USAC merchandise trailer and check in with Brooklyn. Again, Rebecca Kennedy. You and a guest are tonight's AMSOIL inside the oval winner. Here on the FloRacing broadcast, we're going to step away for a moment. We'll be back to the Diamond and Dirt tracks.
Friday Night Lights. The heavyweights of USAC AMSOIL Sprinkler National Championship Racing duke it out on the quarter-mile confines of Indianapolis, Indiana, Circle City Raceway on Friday night, September 12th. Last fall's visit to Circle City saw Kyle Cummins flex on the field, and he hasn't let up since. CJ Leary then responded with a triumph in the series' last visit to CCR in July. They'll face off against the likes of Logan Seavey, Kevin Thomas Jr., and Jake Swanson, all of whom have tasted victory at the Southeast Side Indy Dirt Oval. It's open at 4 p.m. Eastern. Front gates at 5:30. Cars hit the track at 6:30. Get your advance tickets at CircleCityRaceway.com. Make it a night at the races at Circle City and don't get left behind.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at AMSOIL.com.
Are you looking for a new race car hauler, trailer, or easy-go golf cart? What about something dependable? How about buying from someone you can depend on? Contact Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts. They're a certified Featherlight dealer with all kinds of trailers and other products to fit your needs. Located just 2 hours north of downtown Indianapolis, Elliott's Custom Trailers will deliver your trailer or cart anywhere in the United States. No matter where you're from or what you're looking for, the goal is always the same: ultimate customer satisfaction. So don't wait. Contact Elliott's today and find a trailer or golf cart that fits your needs.
Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. If you have any questions, please call Indy Metal Finishing today at 317-858-5353. Find them online at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Indy Metal Finishing, or visit their website at indymetalfinishing.com. Welcome back to the broadcast here on FloRacing. Getting a look at the lineup for tonight's feature event, and wouldn't you know it, one of the local boys putting it on the pole. We're going to get word with them down with Drake.
Yeah, Wesley Smith didn't qualify in that all-important top 6 invert, but he does catch a few lucky breaks there in the heat races. And Wesley, first off, you know, when you qualify back in 8th, most guys just kind of accept that, hey, you know, this isn't meant to be. We kind of got to win our heat race to be in a really good spot for the featurette. You had 2 of the heavy hitters drop out of that all-important invert finishing position in the heat race. Would you maybe say this is one of the luckiest breaks, not only of the season, but maybe your career potentially?
Oh yeah, especially at a place that we're so good at and we race at pretty regularly, and we end up usually we won 5 times here in a few years. So I'd say I'd rather be lucky than good any day. I think any racer will tell you that. But once I saw Kobe had a bad break in his heat race, and then I knew he was on the bump spot if anybody had went backwards in their heat, and then Maddox had misfortune, and I knew as long as I finished in the top 6, I had a pretty good, in my head, I figured we could start on the pole. So we're looking forward to it. We're going to try to keep her up front and on all 4 wheels tonight. That seems to be the key, and just try to outrun these guys. That's all we can hope for.
You just talked about your track record here over the last few years with those 5 wins. Now, granted, a lot of the drivers in the field have experience here at Lucas Oil Speedway in the past, but it's kind of spotty over the years. You've been pretty consistent here over the last, say, 5, almost 10 years even, here at Lucas Oil Speedway. So with that being said, does there come a certain advantage in that?
Yeah, I believe so. The track is, I've been saying it all week, looking at the weather and how nice it was going to be and cool this weekend. It's definitely a different surface than we're used to. It's usually a black slick to a pretty small curb, but I knew Casey Schumann would have some say in how heavy it was for these non-wing sprint cars, and I think I was right. It's definitely heavy. It's got a lot of traction in it. But if we can, I think if we can get a good opening few laps, we got a pretty sporty shot. Just try to keep those guys behind us and duke it out, hopefully.
I've talked to you a few times in the last few days, and you said, look, this is the one we've circled since the beginning of the year. Actually, I'll even go as far as to say this. You told me, actually, the team told me earlier today that the only reason you pulled off last night was to save your equipment for this race, knowing that you guys would be in the hunt. So with that being said, how surreal would it be to not only get your first USAC national win tonight, but especially here at Lucas Oil Speedway in your home state?
Oh, it'd mean a lot. We're kind of one of those teams that's when we love to race with the USAC guys and improve our program, but we definitely got to pick our battles. And last night we definitely had to pick a battle. Last night was a pretty treacherous cushion, and guys like Briggs and Justin Grant and all those guys that ran up front ran it pretty great. That's why they're on a national tour. That's why they're the best, because they can go anywhere and be better than the locals that run it every week. But we're going to try to have a storybook ending here tonight. Pull off a Travis Arians or something would be pretty sweet. So we'll see what we can do.
We'll see what he can do. Indeed, that's Wesley Smith. Once again, he rolls for the pole tonight for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship feature here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Thank you very much. Wesley in a great position. Of course, a 5-time winner here with the POWRi Wingless Auto Racing League. Look at the list of winners on the season. Justin Grant has done so 8 times this year. Kyle Cummins, 7 wins on the season. Logan Seavey, 5. Kevin Thomas Jr., 4-time winner so far this season. Brady Bacon and Briggs Danner each sitting at 3 wins. Single victories on the season for Dason Pursley, Carson Garrett, Robert Ballou, C.J. Leary, and Chase Stockin. So crews continuing to do some work on the racing surface. Legend car feature will be up first on the program, and then we'll end the night with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship 30-lap feature event. So as I continue rolling around the racing surface here, we're going to step away in the FloRacing broadcast. We'll be back to the Rod Supply Diamond Dirt Duel.
They'll be hustling for 20 grand at the class track. The USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship faces off at Hopstock, Indiana's Tri-State Speedway on Saturday night, September 13th. It's 40 laps and $20,000 to win at the 18th annual Hopstock Hustler for round 2 of the USAC NOS Energy Drink Hoosier Trifecta. 5-time and defending Hopstock Hustler winner Kevin Thomas Jr. takes on the challenge versus past event winners Kyle Cummins, Brady Short, Chase Stockin, Jaden Rogers, and more, all vying for the big payday. It's open at 2:30 Central, stands at 3:30, hot laps at 6. Class is in session Saturday night, September 13th at Tri-State Speedway. Don't you dare miss it.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at AMSOIL.com.
Car IQ Pay allows people to pay for all vehicle expenses without a credit card or a fuel card. As an all-in-one payment solution, Car IQ Pay takes care of every step of the fueling journey, from station routing to payment and fraud prevention to simplification to back-end reconciliations. Drivers can find the nearest fuel station right on the app's fuel map, or even filter locations based on their preferred merchant or fuel type. It's seamless. Just a quick enter of the pump number and you're ready to fuel up. Car IQ Pay generates an automatic virtual receipt that enters into a single transaction ledger, giving fleet operators a complete simplified view of their total spend. What's even more, Car IQ Pay gathers vehicle data to give fleets complete transparency into their fleet, from route behavior to overall share of wallet. Car IQ, the better way for fleets to pay. Find out more at gocariq.com.
Honest Abe Roofing is America's favorite roofing company.
They took the time to discuss all of our needs.
I couldn't be happier with my new roof.
The best part? They came in under budget.
Honest Abe Roofing helped us with their easy payment solutions, and now we can make low payments on the roof that we actually wanted.
I guarantee you'll get the best price for your roof. That's what my ironclad lowest investment guarantee is all about.
Race fans, use code RACE for 10% off of a full roof replacement from our executive collection.
Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. If you have any questions, please call Indy Metal Finishing today at 317-858-5353. Find them online at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Indy Metal Finishing, or visit their website at indymetalfinishing.com. Hey, are you caught in the tariff trap, rising costs, and unpredictable delays? Well, it's time to reshore, reclaim, and reinvent with Parallax Group Incorporated. With over 30 years of expertise, we deliver high-quality assembly and manufacturing solutions right here in North America. Our strategically located facility near the U.S. border ensures faster distribution and reduced logistics costs. Experience efficiency, control, and excellence in every product. Parallax Group Incorporated, quality assembly processes in North America.
Sprint car fans, the wait is over. The Western World Championship is back, and this year we're making the Western World great again. Avante Windows and Doors and AME Electrical have teamed up to bring you the biggest purse in Western World history. $15,000 to win, plus $15,000 in lap money. The best sprint car drivers in the country are storming into Central Arizona Raceway, battling for bragging rights, big money, and a legacy that lasts forever. This is the biggest sprint car race in Arizona. This is tradition, and this is War on Dirt. It's the Western World Championship. Are you ready? Make the Western World great again.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on FloRacing, live from the Rod and Supply Diamond Dirt Duel with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Legend car feature next on the program. The cars have made their way into the staging lanes. Back over to Shane.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much, as our crew does a fantastic job of getting this track as race ready as they can. They work on it all week long, and on very few occasions has the track not really come to fruition by end of night. But it looks as though now it is, and with 20 laps scheduled for the INEX Legends cars right before the AMSOIL Sprint cars come out on the track, it should be worked in pretty well by that time. Again, 25 entries was kind of a surprise for the Legends this go-around, as it was a late decision that management made to bring them in, letting the Higamo Superstocks go up to a special show tonight over in Nevada for the Screamin' Lehman Memorial. So we wanted to make sure that we accommodated some of the other area tracks whenever they have a big show like that. I know they would do the same thing for us. So the Legends car is really glad to have them back for the fourth time in 4 years here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Of course, the regular season championship does not include the Legends cars. There are 5 classes to run here, but that is not one of them. There's still lots of racing action left here for the regular season, as well as some of the special shows that we have coming up a little bit later on will be the USRA Nationals. We'll also have the Big Buck 50, which is a 3-day show, including late models, but the Higamo Superstocks will take center stage. One of the bigger shows that we have across the entire Midwest for that exact division. They come in, and not only do they run for a big paycheck, but Whitetail Trophy Hunt is the sponsor for that event. Whoever wins the Big Buck 50 earns the right to go into a tournament-style hunting expedition, if you will. Whoever gets the biggest buck, there's lots of extra prizes to go along, but a big paycheck if you're a hunter and you're able to go out. They actually allot certain areas of acreage for you to go out and hunt on, and we appreciate them for being the primary sponsor for the Big Buck 50. That will be coming up as you see the Legends cars all behind the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace Truck over in the staging area, about ready to roll out. If you're not familiar with the INEX Legends cars, it started back in 1992 at Charlotte. Bruton Smith was one of the founders of that event. They have a number of different divisions. They have a Young Lions division, a semi-pro, Masters, Golden Masters, and the Pro. And again, 2 tracks around this area, Monette and Springfield, run them mostly. They are 5/8 scale fiberglass, full-fendered versions of the famed NASCAR modifieds from way back in the mid to late 30s. Most of these are 34, 35, 37 Chevy and Ford coupes and sedans. It's really interesting to go up to an 18-year-old that runs in this series and I say, hey, what kind of car is this? And they have no clue. They have to look at their dad or their grandfather or somebody else in there for them to say, yeah, that's a 1934 Ford that you're driving. But again, these cars are extremely fun to drive. A number of big names have been in these, and we welcome all 25 out onto the track as we get our starting grid set. We told you earlier, Chance Gilbert, chances are he was going to be on the pole. We didn't lie about that one. He is a 6-time winner at Monette, and he went from 8th to 1st and won his heat race. That puts him on the front row, along with Trent Simon out of Joplin, Missouri. He will be on his outside. Matthew Bowen out of Springfield starting inside row number 2, and the kid Austin Aziz from Fairgrove in the number 48. He will start in 4th. In row 3 to the inside is Jay Reynolds. Chris Luttrell out of Springfield, Missouri on his outside. Justin Comer, a winner and former champion at Springfield in this series. He will start in 7th. Trent Robinson on his outside in 8th. In row 5, Eric Tracy and Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. Phil out of Seneca, Missouri in the 57. Lonnie Mulbauer and Cole Fry make up row number 6. Whizzer Michael Seitz out of Monette, Missouri, and Big Z Zern Vess out of Nixa starting on his outside in 14th. Row 8 has Corey Pope and Jet Stovall, the youngster from Billings, Missouri, second-generation driver in the 00. Joe Crum and Kenny Foster starting 17th and 18th. Vance Jenkins and Tanner Foster side by side in row number 10. To the inside of row 11, Ron Vaughn out of Aldridge, Missouri in the 2R. Ashley Vaughn on his outside. So father-daughter tandem in Ron and Ashley Vaughn. That is husband-wife in 21 and 22. Starting in 23rd, Rory Thompson has Jordan Myers on his outside and Kaylee Sappington out of Dadeville, Missouri in the 25. Special thanks for making the sponsorship effort for this class goes to Outlaw Plumbing, They are stepping up to the plate, if you will, with the late announcement, helping to put on some extra funds for these 25 entries for the Legends as they are all stacked and packed. The green light has been turned off for now, but it will flare as Bryson Leftwich up on the flag stand has the green flag in hand. Coming off of turn number 4. Chance Gilbert, Trenton Simon, side by side, wheel to wheel, green flag in the air through the Lucas Oil start zone, and we're underway. Trent Simon rolling the high side. Chance Gilbert, we saw him through his race pass 6 cars on the opening lap. Got up to second and then took him a little while to surpass the race leader in his heat. So we'll wait and see if Chance Gilbert kind of bides his time here. This is a long race with 20 laps to go. Lap number 1 led by Trenton Simon. Side by side for 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th. 4 cars lined up side by side, but the Midwest Sheet Metal caution comes out on lap number 1, and this is for an incident over on the south side of the track. A couple of cars off the track, and there's also debris over in turn number 4. So the Hobby Time Motorsport safety crew heads over to turn number 4. There's debris right in the middle. You can't see it because there's a speaker right in the way. But the safety crew here going to go out, pick up that piece of debris, as we did get 1 lap completed. And that lap was led by Trenton Simon in the 72S. Trenton out of Joplin, 13-time winner. Picked up the heat race win. He started racing back in 2017. And this is his 2nd trip to the Diamond and Dirt Tracks. First time he was here was back in 22 when he finished 32nd. So he is hoping for a much better finish. And right now it's looking like he's going to have it. Austin Aziz runs in 2nd. Austin out of Fairgrove, Missouri. On his My Race Pass bio, he says his nickname is Driver for Hire. Whenever I went down into the pit area, everybody was calling him the Kid, so that's what we're going to go with. He's still looking for his first Legends victory after picking up over 50 karting wins. He finished 8th last year. Trying to improve on that and off to a good start, riding in 2nd right now. And Chance Gilbert, who started on the pole, didn't have the best of starts as Trent Simon grabbed the lead on the opening lap, and Chance Gilbert drifted back to 3rd. Matthew Bowen up to 4th, and Justin Comer, he is in 5th. First time the Legends cars came here, we were treated by Keelan Harvick in that series of races. They made a 3-day show out of it, and it was a Thursday night where they were here at Lucas Oil Speedway. So a lot of drivers didn't really, or a lot of fans didn't really have the opportunity to see him because it was a midweek show. But he made the swing up here. Also had races at Monette and Springfield and Urbana over that weekend as the green back up in the air, and Trenton Simon leads them to the green. Jailbreak is on, and Simon out to a quick 5-car length advantage, but shooting the gap up the middle. And 1 car way off the pace, and that's the 44 of Matthew Bowen. So Matt Bowen started in 4th, and he is still not up to speed. He's probably going to be dead last by the time he gets back to the start-finish line. Maybe a flat tire on the 44 of Matthew Bowen. But Trenton Simon out by almost a full second advantage over Austin Aziz. 3rd, 4th, and 5th on your screen. As Chance Gilbert in 3rd gets passed by Jay Reynolds. So Jay Reynolds up to a podium spot now, a multi-time winner at Springfield this season. And side by side, Chance Gilbert and Justin Comer. Comer to the inside. If you want to talk about a family that has really promoted this Legends series, it is the Comers from down in Joplin. Justin, a multi-time champion at Springfield 4 times, is now up to 4th, and Jet Stovall, the youngster, looking to the inside of Chance Gilbert, trying to take 4th away from Gilbert. Or 5th away, rather, I should say, and Jet Stovall's going to do it. Jet, the son of Jesse. Jesse, a former MLRA standout in the late model ranks, getting his son involved. We saw him here in a stock car earlier in the year, but he has really made a name for himself driving these Legends cars as he's a 5-time winner. And things getting hot and heavy for the lead. Trenton Simon now has a mirror full of Austin Aziz. Aziz trying to make up some ground on Trenton Simon. Jay Reynolds still back in third. Justin Comer in fourth. And we'll see if lap traffic plays at all into this as Jay Reynolds has set the hook on the back bumper of Austin Aziz and slowly reeling him in. Staying right in his tire tracks, ducking and weaving through lap traffic. Being able to navigate that fairly well as we ran 8 of 20 laps, approaching the midway point, and Austin Aziz able to gap Jay Reynolds and stay out in front of him, and now Trenton Simon has really shot past Austin Aziz. Lap traffic has been a big benefactor for Trenton Simon right now as he's gotten through it extremely well as a spin over in turn 4, and right whenever the Midwest Sheet Metal caution comes out, the 84 gets fired back up and Corey Pope back out on the track. It looked as though he wasn't going to be able to get it fired. He was just off the inside cushion down on the concrete portion of the track, and officials thought he was in harm's way, and just the second the caution comes out, Pope is able to get it fired back up, and he will go to the caboose of the line, and this gives everybody a chance at another shot at Trenton Simon, who had built up a 3.5-second lead over Austin Aziz and Jay Reynolds. Jay Reynolds in the 07 was the champion at Springfield last year when he won 18 times. Dominated down in Greene County. He won 7 times the year before that, back in 2023. And he sports a 3rd place ride right now behind Austin Aziz and Trenton Simon. Nobody has had an answer for Trenton Simon as of yet. Trenton with 13 wins this season. Take a peek back to what 2024 looked like for him, and to say it was an improvement from last year is an understatement. Only 4 wins for Trenton Simon 1 season ago, and all of those came at Springfield. And they were mostly late in the year, so he started to catch momentum in October, and it really carried through to 2025 as he has just been on a tear. We mentioned he's won at a number of different tracks. His last victory out of his 13 wins came back on August 31st, so just 1 week ago at Springfield. And that was on a Sunday show when they had 225 cars on tap at Springfield. Late Model Touring Series was in for that show. They had 7 classes that night, I believe, and nearly 230 cars as the green back up in the air, and we're underway with Trenton Simon leading them into turn 1. And that caution may have been the best thing for Austin Aziz. He was down by 3.5 seconds. And now the gap is down to 10 car lengths, with Jay Reynolds another 3 car lengths behind Aziz. Simon turning the best laps out of anybody, an 18.7 on that last circuit of this 3/8 mile oval. Gap stays pretty consistent for Trenton Simon. Austin Aziz getting hounded by Jay Reynolds. 4 car lengths behind. Jay Reynolds will cut into that by a good solid car length. Eat up another car length. Lap car of Rory Thompson ducks to the inside and lets the lead lap cars pass him to the right. And with laps winding down, only 5 remaining for Trenton Simon, who leads. But the battle now is for second. Jay Reynolds, does he have a chance at Austin Aziz? He's down by 3/10, tries a different line entering turn number 3. 2 grooves higher, does not pay off as he loses about 4 car lengths to Aziz with 4 to go. To the inside of another lap car, Aziz by 7/10 ahead of Jay Reynolds. That bobble coming off of turn number 4 opens the gap up again for Austin. And the lead for Trenton Simon ahead of Austin Aziz now to 1.4 seconds. A great month of August for Trenton Simon. He went down to North Central Arkansas and won on August 8th. 2 wins at Monette. He swept the weekend at Monette in Springfield 2 weeks ago. And then last week at Springfield backed that up with another win, collecting his 13th victory in the INEX Racing Series in 2025. He will go right past lucky number 13 and pick up win number 14, doing it at Lucas Oil Speedway. A dominating win for Trenton Simon. 2.6 seconds ahead of Austin Aziz. Jay Reynolds tried to track Aziz down but could not do anything with him. Still finishes on the podium with 3rd. Justin Comer in 4th, and Jet Stovall rounds out your top 5. Trenton Simon straight to victory lane. Thought he was going to stop. They're going to go ahead and send him back to Tech momentarily before sending Trenton Simon back out. One car got stopped, so a log jam trying to get back down the ramp and down into Henry's Towing Tech and across the scales. But Trenton Simon, the 22-year-old, crossing the scales, picking up his 14th victory of 2025. Again, only 4 wins a season ago. And last October was really the catapult for him. He won twice in October down at Springfield. Started to get things righted for him, and that was coming off a 2023 season. That was, at that time, the high water mark for him, with 7 victories in 2023, but he has far and away surpassed that. Tanner Foster up 14 spots in his race, and Jet Stovall, how about this? He started 16th and ends up with the top 5, up 11 spots for the youngster. But the class of the field in victory lane, Kevin Simmons and Bryson Leftwich down on the front stretch as Trenton Simon about ready to climb out, victorious for the 14th time. Happy to be at Lucas Oil Speedway. His first win at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. See, he is down in victory lane. Drake York is down there. Let's hear from Trenton Simon, big man on campus here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks.
Well, he had to earn that one tonight, too, but a dominating drive at that trend. Last time you were here a few years ago, ended in a DNF. Tonight you come back in a comeback drive, I would argue, too, and a bit of a beatdown, I would argue, as well. Tell us about that race, because it was a bit of a smackdown from lap 1. You seem to have the dominant car all night long.
Thank you. It was really a battle of finding out what the track was. I haven't been here in a while, so refiguring out the track. We made adjustments as the night went on, and it paid off in the end. I want to thank my dad and my family for coming out tonight. And I want to thank all you guys for coming out tonight as well. I appreciate it.
Trent Simon, your winner here in the Legends at Lucas Oil Speedway.
All right, Drake, thank you very much. And again, we are thrilled to have the INEX Legends cars here as a fill-in, kind of a last-minute decision to bring them in, but they did not support with 25 coming in. And Trenton Simon gets the spoils tonight with a 2.6-second win over Austin Aziz for his 14th victory of 2025. One more last interview for Trenton Simon down on the front stretch. Brian, got to say, it was thrilling to see you guys added to the schedule at the beginning of the year. We've needed to have a show like this for quite some time, and number one, I was just happy to get to see you, but happy to see this series come in, and I know the fans are as well, as they have a need for this type of action here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
It's amazing. The last time this series was here, of course, the front straightaway, the wall ended, and there was no wall in turns 1 and 2. Lake Lucas was still just a thought. The off-road track, none of that was there. It's amazing how much this facility has changed.
It was just a pond back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing how much this facility has changed and, of course, lives up to the moniker of the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. And originally, this date was set for I-70. Unfortunately, that track not opening this year. Casey Schumann able to accommodate and get the show moved here to Lucas Oil Speedway. And a big thank you to Casey and everybody here at Lucas Oil for bringing the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship back here to the Show Me State and the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. So they'll work on clearing the post-race incident here on the front straightaway with your NX Legend division. Shane talked about a late addition a couple of days ago was actually when the class got swapped around, originally set to be super stocks here, as they actually have a pretty good sized race going on just down the road in Nevada, Missouri. So several of the drivers were wanting to go and compete in that one. That's a long-standing memorial race has been going on at Nevada. So the track accommodating that, getting a hold of some of the Legend drivers and initially saying, hey, we got about 20 that'll be there, and really coming out strong with that 25-car field. Doug confirming the Screamin' Lehman Memorial going on just down the road. So cars beginning to make their way into the staging lane. The horn has sounded, indicating to teams that they need to begin making their way into staging. Once the horn shuts off, they have 8 minutes on the clock. So the cars will stage out to the speedway here in just a moment. Before we get to the lineup, we're going to take a quick look ahead on the schedule for the United States Auto Club. Of course, this coming Friday and Saturday night, we're back in the state of Indiana. Circle City and Indianapolis on Friday, Saturday. Tri-State, the Hopstad Hustler down in Hopstad. Four Crown Nationals, EldorasSpeedway.com for more information and to purchase your tickets. 3 nights, September 18th, 19th, and 20th out of Rossburg, Ohio. Paragon Speedway, the sprint cars back on track on September 26th. The 27th, we head up to Michigan to Butler Speedway, the Terre Haute Action Track on October 3rd, and then it is the Greg Staub Memorial and the Fall Nationals in Lawrenceburg Speedway, October 10th and 11th. And again, that Fall Nationals a part of the Hoosier Trifecta, as is the Hopstad Hustler. Win all 3, and the bonus brings it up to $100,000 in that driver's pocket. So some of the great ways, again, that the United States Auto Club gets some extra cash up for grabs for these traveling teams. So the cars are going to make their way out to the Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, round 36 of the 2025 season. A $6,000 check awaits the winner here tonight in the Rada Supply Diamond Dirt Duel. Your lineup for tonight's feature event set to roll to the green like this. Bringing him down to the drop of the green flag tonight. He's from right down the road in Nixon, Missouri. Driver of the CarQuest, All Metal Recycling, Helm Racing, Claxon DRC, and Midwest Sheet Metal. Number 44, it'll be Wesley Smith. Outside run number 1. He's out of Raisin City, California. Driver of the AME Electrical, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Kaiser, Reinbold, Underwood Motorsports. Number 19 AZ, it is Mitchell Moles. Second row for the inside. Out of Topeka, Kansas. Driver of the Hughes Brothers, Empire Energy. Sprint Lawn Care, Wholesale Battery, XXX Patriot Power number 5X, it'll be Wyatt Burks, and for the 4th starting spot, he's out of Ione, California, driver of the NOS Energy Drink, MPV Logistics, Top Industries, Kistler Maxim, number 4, Justin Grant. Inside run number 3 comes the driver of Anaheim, California, driver of the Inland Ranking One-Way Performance, DRC, JST Shock Technologies, number 5T, it's going to be Jake Swanson, and outside of him, out of Sutter, California, driver of the Mount Mechanical Contractors, Carrington Homes, Indy Power Sports, drop line number 57, that is Logan Seavey. 7th starter tonight. He's out of Coleman, Alabama. Driving the Inferno Armor Majestic Electric Factory K number 3R. It's going to be Kevin Thomas Jr. And outside of him, he is now your 8-lap track record holder out of Columbus, Indiana. Driving the Midwest 2 Mill Stanton Flea RC Davis Brothers Chrome Dome King Racing Products number 5G. That is Gunnar Setzer. Kel Coons to the inside of your next row at Greencastle, Indiana. Driver the Curb Wreckers, Tucker's Automotive, Stanton DRC, Joe Dooling, Kerr Bagagini number 63. And outside of him, he's out of Worthington, Indiana. Drove the Baldwin Fox Racing, Velocity USA, Fox Paving, DRC number 5. That is Jaden Rogers. Cal Cummins, your current USAC National Sprint Car Points leader to Princeton, Indiana. The Avante Windows and Doors, Stanton Mach 1, Apache Transport, Petty Performance number 3P will roll from 11th from 12th. The Moose Racing at Daywig Meets, Lucas Oil Center, S&C Machine, England Machine, and tool number 92 out of Fort Branch, Indiana, Chase Stockin. 13th starter in his first trip to the Diamond and Dirt Tracks, Cale Drake out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, the Duke of Curls behind the wheel of the Pendleton Farms, Bennick Enterprises, Claxon DRC, riding with Franco Maryland Bennick, number 2B. And outside of him, he's out of Gilbert, Arizona. We're talking about Hayden Reinbold in the AME Electrical Levante Windows and Doors, Indy Race Parts, Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, number 19. CJ Leary in the 21 AZ, he'll roll from 15 tonight. And the Curb Records, Kodiak Products, Oakcraft Elegant Cabinetry, number 21. And outside of him, it's Samuel Wagner. He's at Lone Jack, Missouri. The KC Platinum Contracting, Don Up Maxim, AFD Graphics, Dirt Track Souvenirs, number 73. Briggs Danner going to have to roll from deep tonight in the East Snyder & Sons Recycling. Oshucks Roasted Corn, Ryder DRC, Davis Brothers, Hogue Racing Enterprise, number 39. He'll line up inside of row number 9. And next to him, Clinton Boyles out of Greenwood, Missouri, driving the Bennett Cart. Sykes All-Pro Chevrolet DRC, Bo Wyatt owned, number 41. Anthony Nicholson, the driver out of Bartlett, Tennessee, in the automatic. Dototech DRC number 16. He goes from 19th from 20th. It's the gentleman, Jack Wagner, to Lone Jack, Missouri, the S&S Electrical, KC Platinum Contracting, Edgewater RV Park. Dirt Track Souvenirs, Gentleman Jack Designs, number 77. Dakota Earls inside of your next row out of Independence, Missouri. The Wholesale Battery, Show Me Guttering, Don Out XXX Chassis, number 15E from 22nd. It'll be Braden Cromwell. He's at Lone Jack, Missouri. Driver the Wholesale Batteries, Level Up KC, Chevrolet DRC, Rick Horn Racing, number 4X. And your final starter is set to be Justin Johnson. He's at Parkville, Missouri. Driver the J&S Transmission, Midwest Mechanical Maxim, Good Times Auto Body, 1-800 board up, number 27. As that'll be your starting lineup for this, the Ron Supply Diamond Dirt Duel here at Lucas Oil Speedway with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. The cars are staged, the caution lights are on, and we're going to go down to Drake York.
Thank you so much, Brian. Let's get into our dirt draft one to watch. Keep your eye on the driver. Rolling from the inside of row number 6. That, of course, is 11th starting Kyle Cummins in the Avante Windows and Doors 3P. Earlier today in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, he go 10th fastest on the field. Not exactly what he was hoping for, especially to be in that top 6 invert in his heat race. He would start 3rd and finish 3rd. That track in the heat race, of course, really bad. Fast, a little tricky to pass, once again, as he was in the first heat race of the evening. But so far, it's been a fairly off-brand night for Kyle Cummins. We're used to him usually qualifying the top 6, starting in that invert and contending for wins. But obviously, based off what I told you tonight, that has not been the case for Kyle Cummins. So very interesting to see how he'll rebound from this. And remember, going into this race, he has finished second 4 times. That's right, count them, 4 times in a row with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship. All 3 nights of the Sprint Car Smackdown over at Kokomo Speedway. And then last night down in Granite City with a second place run there once again. Let's not forget also, this is Kyle Cummins' return to Lucas Oil Speedway since his big win in the Hawken McMillan Memorial back in 2018. We'll see if he can rekindle some of that magic, but boy, does he have a lot of work to do from inside of row number 6.
Indeed, thank you very much. Wesley Smith, driver to Nixon, Missouri. Going to bring him down to the drop of the green flag. What would it mean for the regular with the POWRi Wingless Auto Racing League to score a win tonight with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship? 5 times he has gone to victory lane with the War Series here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Last night, 19th down at Tri-City. He's gone to victory lane 4 times this year. The Midwest Thunder 410 Series at Red Hill back in June. The War Series his last 3 times to the checkered flag at Valley. August 16th here at Lucas Oil Speedway, and then most recently Lake Ozark on August 31st. Nixon, Missouri, the home of the Nixon Nightmare, Kyle Bellum, who used to be a regular competitor with the American Sprint Car Series. Mitchell Moles, the 19 AZ, next to him. Win during Indiana Midget Week up at Kokomo. It was back on June 8th. 5X of Wyatt Burks. Picking up a win with the War Series here back in 2014. His most recent start back in August, a second place finish for the driver, the number 5. Justin Grant outside of him, a POWRi War win in 2017 during the Impact4800.com Open Wheel Showdown. As the field works to the back straightaway from side by side, they break rank to 4 wide. Ladies and gentlemen, our drivers salute their thank you for coming out to enjoy tonight's racing action. Ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way down the back straightaway, light up them cell phones and rise to your feet. It's time to make some noise for the Ruts and Guts thrill ride of the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Field getting back into their side-by-side formation. I mentioned during the lineup, Gunnar Setzer, now the 8-lap track record holder. He will take that away from Brian Clausen. When Clausen set the record, he was 17 years, 2 months, and 24 days. Setzer, 16 years, 10 months, and 3 days. He's out of Columbus, Indiana. The car that Clausen was driving that night was also based out of Columbus, Indiana. Field going to roll to the back straightaway. Toyota Racing Development pace truck ducks down into the infield. It's been a long time coming, but it's good to be back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to sit back, relax, and enjoy 30 trips around the Diamond and Dirt tracks in the Rod Supply Diamond Dirt Duel, because race fans, it's showtime in the Show Me State. Your field to the green here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Field hustling onto the back straightaway. Wesley Smith going to jump out with the early advantage. 3 wide for a moment for the second spot. Justin Grant going to thread the needle. He'll come up with it as they make their way around on lap number 1. David Grant running in second. Trying to look to the inside of him is Mitchell Moles. Not able to get there. Now Grant in pursuit of the lead as they work into turns 3 and 4. Smith up across the racetrack. Grant going to work more to the middle groove as they come around to the front straightaway. Ooh, look out, Smith. Car kind of jockeyed out from underneath him there just a little bit. That allowed Grant to really get on his back bumper. Got a couple of cars sideways. Everybody holds on to it. We stay green. Keep an eye on the battle for the race lead. Wesley Smith has it. Grant trying to take it away. It'll still be the CarQuest number 44 holding off the charge. of the NOS Energy number 4 machine as they work off into turns 1 and 2. Grant now going to diamond it down to the bottom. Big run to the back straightaway. Can he make it to the inside fast enough? Not quite. It'll be Smith protecting low on entry. Brings it out wide at exit. Grabs the cushion, holds on to it. Justin Grant still right there stalking. Caution. Car sitting sideways in the middle of the back straightaway. That is Boyles in the 41. So Wesley Smith so far holds on to the race lead. And he is white-knuckled trying to fend off the charge of Justin Grant. As Grant continuously just poking that nose to the inside of Smith, letting him know he's there, trying to get him to give up the line, overdrive just enough to let him squeak by. Moles lining up in third. Moles at one point had looked for second, wasn't able to grab it. Swanson running in fourth. Wyatt Burks in fifth. Logan Seavey in sixth. Gunnar Setzer in seventh. Cale Coons in the 8th spot in the 63. Now, potentially, this will be the final time we see Cale with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship here in 2025, as he has reached 8 starts. Once you surpass that, you can no longer run for rookie status. So the plan right now is they are saving that status for the 2026 season. So looking to go out on a high note here. Lines up in 8. Chase Stocking in 9th. Kevin Thomas Jr. in 10th as we're back to green. To the NOS Energy start can. Single file. Wesley Smith in command. Good restart by the 44. Going to gap the 4 of Justin Grant as they work onto the back straightaway. We'll see if he can keep that hustle up here as he works to the high side through turns 3 and 4. Holds on to the race lead. Grant still there in second. Mitchell Moles in third. Swanson and Burke still your top 5. Now here comes Swanson looking to the inside of the 5T. He'll try to grab away the final step of the podium. He's got it as they work into turns 3 and 4. Jake Swanson with a good run up into third. Now up across the racetrack. Moles trying to turn back to his inside. Couldn't get there fast enough as he's about to have some unwanted company lurking to the inside here. The 57 of Logan Seavey trying to get a 2-for-1 shot to the back straightaway on Moles, and Wyatt Burks wasn't able to get there. Challenge for the lead. Here comes the 4 Grant. Took a look at it, couldn't get there. Wesley Smith leads the opening 6 laps. Grant and now Jake Swanson closing quickly. Battles on the racetrack all throughout the top 5. Down to the inside, trying to steal away the 4th spot here. Here comes the 5 of Wyatt Burks. Good run onto the front straightaway. Burks going to have the advantage and the position as they work into turns 1 and 2. Back to the inside, up across the racetrack. Squeezes between the wall and the 19. He's going to hold on to the position. Here comes the top spot up for grabs. Justin Grant right to the middle of the racetrack. Got it in 4. Justin Grant comes around to lead with 8 laps completed. Wesley Smith back to his inside. Tried to take it back. No dice as they work onto the back straightaway. Justin's going to start to pull away. Now Jake Swanson going to try to set up and see if he can grab a little bit of silver here off the exit to number 4. Advantage again will be to the CarQuest number 44 machine. Wesley Smith in second, Jake Swanson in third, Wyatt Burks in the meantime running in fourth, Mitchell Moles in fifth, Logan Seavey trying to hold on to 6, Gunnar Setzer trying to take that spot away. Here comes the 5 to the inside of the 57 as they work into turns 3 and 4, slides her up the racetrack. The Abacus number 57 back to his inside, Seavey in a good battle right now. Again, that'll be the fight for the 6th and 7th position. Cale Coons running in 8, Chase Stocking in 9, Kevin Thomas Jr. your top 10. Back of the field starting to come into view as the race for second continues to rage on here. Wesley Smith so far fending off the charge of Jake Swanson. As those two battle it out here, that allows Justin Grant to really start to extend his advantage. 1.037 seconds last time at the start-finish line. As Grant will come around to click off lap at number 12. First driver in danger going a lap down. Justin Johnson in the 27. Grant going to clear him onto the back straightaway. Wesley having to commit all the way to the top of the speedway through turns 3 and 4. Likewise for Swanson as they try to get around the slower car. Wyatt Burks trying to reel them in now in that 5X. Mitchell Moles still running at your top 5. Swanson has not let the 44 get any breathing room here. As they continue to chase each other for second and third, it continues to be the Midwest Sheet Metal, All Metal Recycling, Claxon DRC number 44 with the advantage. Once again, Swanson now going to duck to the inside. Side by side onto the back straightaway. Swanson, he'll drive it in deep into turn number 3. Can he get across the nose of the 44? Not quite. Turns her off of the cushion, holds on to it. Good battle. For the final 2 steps of the podium here is Justin Grant. Losing about a half a second to his advantage. Trying to get around slower traffic. Has to work to the inside of Dakota Earls. The 44 likewise going to try the bottom. Leaves the high side open for the 5T. Swanson dives it down across the racetrack. Gets the run into turns 1 and 2. He'll take over the second spot. Jake Swanson capitalizing in traffic and able to steal away second. Question is, does he have enough in the tank to reel in Justin Grant? Caution lights come on. Caution coming out. A couple of cars heading to the Indy Metal finishing work area. The 92 is stock, and he was off the pace, and the 2B of Cale Drake looks like following him. Justin Grant leading. Jake Swanson in second. Able to sneak around. Wesley Smith drops him to third. 60 seconds on the clock for the drivers in the Indy Metal finishing work area. Wyatt Burks in fourth. Mitchell Moles in fifth. Logan Seavey in sixth. Gail Coons in seventh. Gunnar Setzer in eighth. Chase Stockton in ninth. Kevin Thomas Jr. in 10th. C.J. Leary in 11th. Kyle Cummins in 12th. Hayden Reinbold in 13th. Briggs Danner in 14th. Jack Wagner in 15th. Jaden Rogers in 16th. Samuel Wagner in 17th. Cale Drake was running in the 18th spot. That'll be Clinton Boyles now. Braden Cromwell, Dakota Earls. Anthony Nicholson and the 27 of Justin Johnson rounds out your field. Looks like Cale Drake going to make his way back onto the racing surface here. Real quick, let's check in with Drake York.
Brian, when you look at the top 3 currently running on the racetrack, especially when it comes to the winning department, it is a real mixed bag of stories. You got Justin Grant, who just a few weeks ago, coming off the win in the Elliot's Custom Trailers and Karts Sprint Car Smackdown, of course, still nursing that broken left foot out in the race lane. Jake Swanson, after his first win in quite some time, his last win was during Indiana Sprint Week in 2023 at Honest Abe Roofing, Lincoln Park Speedway. Also, if he was able to pull off the win tonight, it'd be the first win for that team he co-owns. Of course, that being Damon Swanson Motorsports. And then you got our pole sitter Wesley Smith still lurking back in the third spot after his really good start to this race. Brian going for his first career national win tonight. Like I said, a big mixed bag of stories towards the front of the field.
There really is, as Chase Stockton will refire and resume at the back of the pack. Caution lights about ready to go dark. Justin Grant leads the way. Another driver exiting the racing surface, Clinton Boyles. He bypasses the Indy Metal finishing work area. Unfortunately, his night will come to a close. 14 laps remain. Grant trying to go back to victory lane. Brings it by the NOS Energy start can as we're back underway. Jake Swanson tries the bottom. The car a little tight. Shovels up to the middle as they work onto the back straightaway. Justin Grant with clean racetrack. We'll see if he can capitalize here. Challenge now coming for the third spot. Quick drive to the inside up across the racetrack. Can he hold? Question answered. Wyatt Burks gets by Wesley Smith for the third spot here. Smith back to fourth. Mitchell Moles running in the fifth position. And it's going to be Logan Seavey running at sixth. Setzer in seventh. KTJ, Cale Coons, and C.J. Leary into the top 10. Slide job from the 19. Battle for the fourth spot. He's got it. Mitchell Moles into fourth. Wesley Smith getting shuffled back to fifth now. Challenge for the lead, maybe. Justin Grant on the restart had really put some distance between himself and the 5T. Jake Swanson now trying to close. That car rearing up on the rear tires. He comes around to the front straightaway. Next time by, it'll be 10 to go. Problems for Anthony Nicholson, the 16, down to the infield. Unfortunately, his not going to come to a close. He clears. We stay green. Grant gets a little bit of breathing room that time between himself and the Daning Swanson, number 5T. As they'll work into turns 1 and 2. Rest of the field barreling around to the front straightaway. Wyatt Berg sitting in third. Mitchell Mole sitting in fourth. Logan Sieve in the meantime is taking over the 5th spot. Cale Coons by Wesley Smith on the back straightaway for 6th. Smith back to 7th. That car sliding up across the racetrack with Gunnar Setzer now trying to eye him and see if he can come after him. Battle for the lead denied. Jake Swanson took a look to the inside of Justin Graham. Wasn't able to make his way by. Both drivers off of the cushion exiting turn number 4. High side run into turns 1 and 2 by both drivers. 8 laps remain here in this feature event. Starting to come up on another slower car, the 27. In danger going another lap down here as they work off into turns 1 and 2. Grant going to try to tuck down a little bit and protect the bottom. Masterfully onto the back straightaway. Swanson held up for just a moment. Able to clear quickly though into turns 3 and 4. Now regrouping and regaining. Grant trying to add his name to the history books here tonight. Swanson trying to get back in victory lane. 5 to go this time. If he can pull it off, he will become the winningest driver in the history of the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship, but he's got 4 more laps to hold off the charge of the Daning Swanson, number 5. Down to the inside as they find traffic. Here comes Swanson. Leader held up behind Dakota Earls onto the back straightway. Able to clear now. Drops to the deck into turn number 3. Going to protect the outside up across the racetrack. Swanson has to kick her sideways. Look out. Grant using the car as a pick through turns 3 and 4. Gives himself just enough breathing room here as we have 3 laps remaining. Next time by, it'll be 2 to go. White flag set to fly next time at a turn number 4. Catching up to Cale Drake as they exit turn number 2. That's going to force him off at the top and down to the bottom of the entry. Turn number 3. He will slide the lap car through turns 3 and 4. Swanson again going to get held up. Catches up to the 2B at just the wrong time. He will dive to the bottom over in turn number 1. Clears the lap car. He's going to have to give it all he's got here into the final 2 turns. Justin Grant makes his way into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag will fly, and he is now at the top of the board in USAC National wins. Justin Grant in victory lane here at the Diamond and Dirt Tracks. He is your all-time winningest driver in USAC National Sprint Car Competition and scores his 100th overall USAC victory across all divisions. Jake Swanson in 2nd, Wyatt Burks in 3rd, Mitchell Moles in 4th, Logan Seavey in 5th, Cale Coons in 6th, Gunnar Setzer in 7th, Kevin Thomas Jr. in 8th, Kyle Cummins in 9th, CJ Leary. Unofficially your top 10. At the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts Sprint Car Smackdown. He tied the People's Champ at 62 tonight. He surpasses and becomes the king of USAC National Sprint Car Competition. Ladies and gentlemen, you witness history here tonight for the driver out of Ione, California. The NOS Energy Drink, MPB Logistics, Top Industries, Indy Custom Stone, Kistler, Maxim number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Grant, your winner of the Rada Supply Diamond Dirt Duel. Not only does Grant become the all-time winningest driver with the series, he does so through absolute adversity. Recovering from the broken left foot, all of the fabricating, the technical drawings, everything that went in to designing and making right a brake pedal that he could utilize and be comfortable in the car, and it pays off as he will crawl up top. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway, Justin Grant. He'll work on getting the equipment off from the cage stand to the crutches to make his way around to the right side of the car to get a word in victory lane. As he'll get one last hug down a victory lane. Genevieve down there going to go ahead and outfit him with the hardware. And Drake, the question was who and when would it happen, and tonight it is answered.
It is answered indeed. Race fans, you just saw history. Justin Grant is now the winningest driver in AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Competition. Justin, I know the win at Kokomo is special for a variety of reasons. You're still on crutches, still working with that altered foot there, especially to make this race car go as fast as it did. But you're now the winningest driver in USAC national history. Can you even put this one into words?
No, it's just feels absolutely incredible. I just, I can't thank all the people behind me enough. My wife Ashley, my parents, my grandma. Everybody that supports me. Jeff Walker works his tail off on this thing. Nick Manskirts. It hasn't been an easy weekend. I've been working these guys to death. We haven't had breaks until all weekend until the feature tonight. So we've been changing everything, working those guys to death. They're about sick of me. But it's, it pays off when you win for them. But thanks to NOS Energy Drink, Top Motorsports, Top Industries, MPV Logistics, Indy Custom Stone, AMSOIL, everybody that makes it possible for us to come race. Ron Himmelgarn, Kevin Birchmeyer, Lauren Albano. Just there's so many people that make it possible for me to race and to win these races, and all the way back to my car owners, Ken Baldwin, and for my first guy that hired me to go race, and Mark Harry stuck with me for years and years and years, let me tear up a lot of equipment, and we won some races together, and just so many people have supported me for so long, and it made all of this possible for me. Kevin Birchmeyer's, I've driven for him for, I think this is our 8th or 9th season together now, and we've been through some really high highs and some really low lows together, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Kevin. He supports me 100% when we're struggling. He's the guy cheerleading and picking us up, and that's rare in a car owner. And I don't really know what to say. I just super, I don't know. I'm really excited, and I can't thank everybody enough. I wish I had better words for this. It seems like a moment I should have had something prepared for, but no, I absolutely love driving sprint cars, particularly non-wing sprint cars, and I love USAC. I love everything about what we do, and to be the all-time winner is just absolutely incredible. I've poured my life into this sport and into this discipline and trying to get better and better and better at it, and I just it's just incredible. I just thanks to everybody that's put up with me along the way, and all the fans for coming out and supporting it. None of this would mean really anything to any of us if it wasn't that we were doing it in front of somebody. So thanks to you guys for coming out and spending your money and watching us and supporting us, and to Ty Dave Darland was I almost felt more special to tie Dave Darland than it does to pass him. He's an absolute legend and a hero, and I shared something on Facebook today about him going into the Indiana Sports Hall of Fame, and just wanted to make note that we're all now reaping the benefits of the things that guys like Dave Darland did for our sport. And when I moved to Indiana, these guys were racing for $3,000 to win every night, and it was $10,000 to win the championship that they had to split with car owner. And now thanks to guys like Dave, we race for big money, and we get to make a living doing this. I support a family doing this, and it's really, really special to get to do that.
You talked about all the people that took chances on you along the way. Jeff Walker, he's another, of course, the crew chief currently on the Top Motorsports number 4. You guys had a very special moment down here in Victory Lane. All those car owners, including Top Motorsports, they're a big part of why you're standing here now as the all-time wins leader with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship. But to win it with Jeff, who took a lot of chances on you along the way, does it make it just that little bit sweeter?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I was driving for Dave and Wendy Thurston in California, and Bones Boisher saw me and introduced me to Jeff Walker, and Dave and Wendy were really the first people to ever give me a ride, and you know, Bones introduced me to Jeff Walker. Jeff told me I could move to Indiana and go racing with him, and you know, just live with him, work on his cars, and that was, you know, an incredible opportunity for me. I was so excited to go do it for the summer, and I liked it so much I just never went home. And Jeff ended up being the first guy to let me drive a 410 sprint car, and we've known each other now for years and years and years, and he's always helped me. You know, even when we weren't racing together, he's helped me a lot. And to do this now, you know, the last couple of years, to get to go race with Jeff again is really, really special. And you know, to break this record with him and to have the success that we're having is just it's incredible. It feels full circle, and I'm really, really happy with the way, you know, I couldn't draw the whole thing up any better.
How about it, race fans? One more time. He is now the winningest driver in history with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship. From Ione, California, it's J.G. Justin Grant. Over to Genevieve Malone with second place, Jake Swanson.
Jake Swanson taking second place on the night. Jake, you stayed really close to Justin. Can you put into words just how hard you were fighting for this whole race?
I was definitely driving my ass off, but you know, he did a good job. He didn't make any mistakes. Obviously, he's, you know, one of the greatest to do this. So, just disappointed. It stings. I felt like we had the best race car. I was fighting a little demon that we seem to have been fighting the last few nights, and we can't seem to figure it out. I think we get that. I think we're in really good shape now, and we definitely found some stuff this weekend with the race car that kind of enabled me to be a little bit more comfortable in qualifying and hit it harder and be able to make speed early. We got to land ourselves in the top 6, and we haven't been doing that. So to be able to do that, you know, and kind of turn this thing into what I know it's capable of, and you know, to be able to finally kind of get it on the right page and hit it in the right direction feels really good. I'm very thankful for my race team. These guys, they're new to the national circuit, you know, besides Doug, and all these guys are working their tails off to really try to get, you know, get our race team and our race program where it needs to be. So Austin, Kyle, Chris are here with me tonight, and you know, we've got Jake, Snake Enterprises, and Jenny, who work their butts off, and my wife Jess for everything she does. Bryce has been busting his butt on photography and shocks. He's my shot guy, and along with Braden Fox. So I got to thank all those people, and got to give a big shout out to Doug Doherty. He's not here tonight, and we miss him, but he's a big part of our race team, and you know, we've got some really nice engines here. These one-ways run really, really good. So got to give a shout out to Daniel as well for all the hard work that he's put in to get us up here. So shout out to the Houstons, Fine Line Drafting, Rolls. This inland rigging 5T is really, really good, and I feel like we're heading in the right direction now. So I got a lot more people to thank, but we're I don't want to take up too much more time, and I want to be able to do it when we stand on the cage. So
Jake Swanson finishing second for the night. Over to Drake.
Big night for Wyatt Burks. Third on the podium, first career podium with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship, running for your team that's got only one more race left after tonight. And you're the Inferno Armor Move of the Night winner, so a free bottle of Inferno Armor headed your way too. I'm sure you'll appreciate. How do you wrap up all of those things in a one nice package there? What a cool night for you guys.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm just a fat plumber that drives these, and these guys do it for a living, so it's awesome to be standing up here. So I can't thank John Sawyer, Roddy, my mom, my dad, all of them, Wojo, Chad. I never figured I'd be standing on the podium with them, so this is pretty cool to me.
Pretty cool indeed. I think he's a little hard on himself. He's not just some fat plumber. He's a heck of a race car driver. Wyatt Burks, first career podium with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Over to Genevieve.
Tonight's Rod and Supply hard charger, Jack Radner, 20th to 11th. Now, with tonight's surface, what were you finding to make up with these positions?
Find who's going to make a mistake and who wasn't, and obviously everybody here at the USAC stage doesn't exactly make a mistake. So late in the race, track kind of starts to figure itself out. You find some smooth spots to where there's some grip, there's some slick, and we're always accustomed to slick here. It's never normally this tacky, and Casey Schumann and all the guys over here finally figured out something. So hopefully here in a couple weeks, whenever the Hockey McMillan comes around, it'll be a little bit more close to this. And now we have some notes for it. But besides that, it was more of who's going to make a mistake, who won't. Later in the race, I finally started throwing some sliders on some guys I felt like could clear. It wasn't going to get real close, so wasn't going to burn a whole lot of momentum. We would take off out of the corner and was coming up on, I believe, CJ and Kyle. And by that time, we just simply ran out of laps. So never like heard over the intercom, checker fly. I'm like, well, we were just finally starting to figure out how to run around here. So hopefully everybody here at USAC enjoyed the show, enjoyed Lucas Oil Speedway, because we all really love it and love coming in here multiple times a year. Hopefully they can find a couple nights throughout next year to come over. So hopefully see everybody a little bit more. Now I just got to convince my old man to come out to you guys and have some fun.
Jack Wagner, our Rod and Supply hard charger, 20th to 11th. Once again, Justin Grant taking tonight's win at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Thank you very much. Run down to your feature finish here tonight. Justin Grant victorious in the Rod Supply Diamond Dirt Duel. Jake Swanson in second. Wyatt Burks in third. Mitchell Moles in fourth. Logan Seavey in fifth. Cale Coons crossing in sixth tonight. Gunnar Setzer in seventh. Kevin Thomas Jr. in eighth. Kyle Cummins in ninth. And C.J. Leary in 10th. Jack Wagner in 11th. Briggs Danner in 12th. 13th was Chase Stockin. 14th was Hayden Reinbold. 15th was Jaden Rogers. 16th, Sammy Wagner. 17th, Cale Drake. 18th was Dakota Earls. 19th was Justin Johnson. 20th was Braden Cromwell, Wesley Smith in 21st, Anthony Nicholson in 22nd, and Clinton Boyles unofficially running out your field in 23rd. As that'll wrap up tonight's program here at the Diamond and Dirt Tracks, where Justin Grant is now the winningest driver with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, when we're at Circle City on Friday night, and then the Hopstot Hustler this coming Saturday. Be safe on your way home. Thank you for coming out to enjoy tonight's racing action. On behalf of everybody with the United States Auto Club, Lucas Oil Speedway, and the crew at Studio 56, my name is Brian Holbert saying good night, good luck, and God bless.